Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Right, streaking the other way, drives into the lane, runner blocked by Krivas, grabbed out of the air. Here's Bradley on the run for the Wildcats. Bradley driving on Saunders, reverse lane is good.
And that's been Arizona's best offense. Turning defense into offense right there. Mo Krivas, the leader in Arizona in block shots, gets another block shot, resulting in a Jaden Bradley run out.
Arizona basketball 21-0 to start this basketball season, and the Wildcats remain the undisputed number one team in the country, coming home to take on their rivals from Tempe. That'll be Saturday at Arizona State in a game that will tip off at noon time. We are coming to you live today from Omni Tucson National. It is the Arizona Golf National Invitation Tournament here, and we are getting down to the nitty-gritty. Dragon Ball joins me on site. Dragon Ball, there's nothing better than a spring in which we can be out talking golf on a beautiful January day here in southern Arizona when the rest of the country is mired in a lot of snow.
A lot of snow, a lot of freezing temperatures everywhere, but here in sunny Tucson, it's actually starting to get a little warm out here, but nonetheless.
I had to take my sweater off.
Yep, no, but it's a very good day. No real wind to worry about, so if you're going to go ahead and get a couple shots off at the range, today would definitely be the day to do it.
Okay, so we've got I'm going to update you on where we are currently here in this tournament with the University of Arizona, because we are coming down to the nitty-gritty now. The Wildcats currently are in second place of this tournament behind the University of Texas. Last check, though, the Wildcats were only 2 shots off the lead. 2 shots off the lead. So we'll give you a full update here. If you are in the area here, again, we're at Omni Tucson National, and you want to come out, I would imagine we probably have about at least maybe an hour left of play. This is, in fact, I think the first U of A group that we've seen come through here. We are positioned a little bit off the 18th hole, and so a lot of the Wildcats are playing in the final few groups, and I believe this is the first group we've seen that's come through here that's had Arizona Wildcats in it. Filip Jakubich is right there at the top of the leaderboard. So right now, the Wildcats are 2 shots. They're minus 39. I'm sorry. Right now, the Wildcats have taken the lead. How about that? The Wildcats have taken the lead in this tournament. They are now 41 under par to Texas's 39 under par. Texas had been leading for the majority of the first 3 rounds of this tournament, but the Wildcats today are 20 under par as a team. 20 under par. The Longhorns are just 8 under par, and so the Wildcats, right now they've got them both listed between, have completed 15 to 16, so we've got about 3-4 holes left for the final groups here. Arizona ranked 30th in the country. Texas ranked number 5 in the country, and the Wildcats right now with a 2-shot lead as we get into the final 4 holes of this event out here at Omni Tucson National. We've got, I believe that's a Wildcat right now. We've got teeing off, so a lot of the players here who may have started, depending on their hole, are finishing 18. And then coming back to 1.
And we have the scoreboard right to our right here. They are putting Arizona up at the top. So It looks like what you're seeing is accurate.
There you go. The Wildcats have taken the lead in this tournament with just a few holes to go. It's going to be an exciting finish out here to see if they can hold on and win the National Invitation Tournament. As you just saw, Dragon Ball just got up. He's going to head over to get some guys teeing off here on what is now 1. So we've had a group that just finished 18 here, and they have now crossed over to our left, and are teeing off at the first hole as they complete their rounds. That's the team leaderboard. So right now, Arizona, Texas, Iowa State, St. Mary's, California. That's 1 through 5, but there's really a large gap between Arizona, Texas, and the rest of that group. Arizona at currently 41 under, Texas 39 under, but then you got Iowa State at 24 under, St. Mary's at 20, Cal at 17 under. So that next group after 3, 4, and 5, well 15 shots off the chance. Now, Filip Jakubich of the Arizona Wildcats is currently the leader. He is playing the final 2 of his holes today, so he's playing 17 and 18. Now, that might not necessarily be number 17 and number 18. He could be somewhere else. I would imagine, though, he probably is, because I know Philip was at the top of the leaderboard coming into the finish of today's second round of action, and so he may actually be playing 17 and 18 currently. He has a 2-shot lead on Luke Potter of Texas, Owen Sawyer of Iowa State, currently third, 4 shots back, along with William Weistrand, also of the University of Arizona, who is also 4 shots back right now at 10 under. Weistrand and Potter are playing, and Jakubich are all playing 17. Owen Sawyer right now, who's 4 shots back, is playing 18. So that's where we are as we come down to the final stretches of the National Invitation Tournament on an absolutely gorgeous day out here at Omni Tucson National. Now, you remember the Wildcats play a number. They generally play this tournament out here annually. They'll play another event at the Thunderbirds Intercollegiate, which will be at their home course, which is now Tucson Country Club. They'll play that coming up in March, but they still annually will play at least one tournament out here at Omni Tucson National, which is absolutely one of the more beautiful courses you're going to find here in southern Arizona. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number if you want to get in on the program today. If you want to talk some golf with us, we'll obviously have a number of the Wildcats come through here after play is over this evening. We'll talk to head coach Jim Anderson, as well as we kind of categorize this as the second phase of the winter into spring sports seasons getting underway with Arizona gymnastics and the Arizona golf, men's and women's golf, men's and women's tennis, all getting into their seasons. Men's tennis had another big win over the weekend against Florida State, so some of our Olympic sports really starting to rev up here as we get into start to really turn the calendar to February. It's crazy. So Dragon Muller and I are here at Omni Tucson National. Not a cloud in the sky. Well, maybe a little bit to the south towards Mexico, but nothing over us here right now. J.W. Madden is back in studio. J.W. Madden, good afternoon to you. We obviously played some highlights of at the top of the show there. The Arizona Wildcats men's basketball team with a huge victory last night over the BYU Cougars, 86 to 83, as they moved to 21-0 on the season, matching the best start in school history. That was the 2013-2014 team. If you were not with us on the post-game show last night, some of the things that we touched on in that, obviously the play of Jaden Bradley, and I want to just kind of reiterate the point that I made in the post-game show last night, and that's just the way that JB is able to raise his game when it's needed. And I think and to kind of go off what I was saying is like there are games when Jaden Bradley looks to score, and I think there are games when Jaden Bradley doesn't necessarily look to score, but will take those shots and when he's able to. But last night, John, was clearly one of those games where Jaden Bradley was looking to get his offense going from the jump, and we don't necessarily see that every night from Jaden Bradley. Not that he's not trying to be an efficient scorer for this team, but there seems to be certain nights where from the jump he's a little bit more offensive than we see on other nights.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's about time for U of A fans to come to terms with the fact that this Arizona Wildcats basketball roster is perfectly put together for modern basketball. And what I mean by that is they really have all 3 levels covered. So if you don't defend the rim, you've got Mateus Krivas, you got Koa Pete, You've obviously got Tobe Awaka dunking the ball right on your face. If you don't defend the three-point line, there are guys who can knock down from out there. But what they saw last night from Coach Kevin Young was denying the rim and denying beyond the three-point line. So what was available? Mid-range. And the two mid-range guys, Jaden Bradley and Braden Burries, they got super busy, especially in that first half. So Jaden Bradley, as you mentioned, is not looking to call his own number. But what he can do off the bounce is beat his defender, get past the first line of defense, and if nobody steps up because they're so afraid of those Mo Krivas dunks behind them, Jaden Bradley can efficiently knock down 8 out of 10, 12 to 14-foot jumpers every single game. And that's what kept them in the game last night. That was what gave them the lead in the first half, should I say, 12 out of 15 overall for the game. And that's just what your senior point guard needs to bring every night, is reading the defense, DK, figuring out what it is that they're trying to prevent you from getting easy buckets, and then adjusting whatever you're doing. And that's what the flow offense is. This offense is not designed to get baskets from any place on the court. It's designed to get baskets from every place on the court, and depends on what the defense is trying to do. So JB and Braden Burries last night were mid-range killers, because that's what Coach Kevin Young thought. They thought that the Arizona couldn't beat them by making all those jumpers, and that's what they ended up doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was just an impressive performance by those two guards last night in a hostile environment at the Marriott Center to get the Wildcats that 21st victory of the season on a night when, again, it was a little bit tougher for the bigs to find what they were trying to get there on the inside. BYU, like you mentioned, did a great job of kind of cutting off some of that interior play. And so, you credit the guards for recognizing very early on that it was going to be a night where maybe a little bit more was going to be needed from them. And they were able to give it to him. Still, even with that, 4 players in double figures last night. I mean, obviously you had the Jaden and Braden leading the way in the high 20s, but 10 points for Ivan Karchinkov, who continues to remain steady for this team at both ends of the floor. 10 points for Koa Pete, who I thought, again, hit a couple of really tough turnaround jumpers with a guy in his face, and that's good to see him be able to make and take those types of shots in this offense, on any given night, as we've said throughout the season, it can be any particular person. Yeah, they got a little wobbly down the stretch, and a lot of that was due to the fact that BYU hit a number of three-point shots. What did you, J-Dub, what did you see in just the way that they were defending some of those three-point shots down the stretch? Maybe something they're going to learn and take away from, when they face a team, because they're going to face other teams like that are going to get on benders or heat checks or whatever you want to call them and knock down a bunch of threes. But, how can they better react to those situations moving forward?
Well, I mean, not every team's going to play the way BYU does, which is to try to spread you out, and get those three-point shots is a huge part of their offense. So obviously they're taking, last night it was about half of their shots from the field were from beyond the three-point line. That's what Kevin Young likes to do with that NBA pedigree, modern NBA style. I think the big thing for me, DK, was those ones late down the stretch, other than one, were all off of offensive rebounds or some kind of scramble situation. And that's just a matter of trying to make sure that your secondary defender, whoever's in the area, if there is any kind of switch or if you have to defend a drive, because drives and kicks are the big issue. BYU's not posting guys up. Arizona posts guys up, and a lot of their open threes comes from extra defensive attention to those post-ups. BYU is drive, kick, and they also have potentially the number 1 NBA draft pick in next year's draft, AJ Debonsa. And AJ last night was trying to do everything he could to will BYU to win that game, had the most field goal attempts, obviously went to the line a crazy number of times. And to me, DK, a lot of those threes that you might perceive to be open looks and that might have had a better defender is quite literally because they were shifting so much attention over to AJ's side. And anytime he was in any kind of action, the secondary defender was hedging off of that and trying to put pressure on AJ to not turn that corner. In addition to the foul trouble, obviously Koa Pete and Tobe Awaka both picked up 2 fouls pretty early. So, yeah, I didn't see any negligent defense, any situation where the BYU players were just left wide open other than maybe one in the corner. But those are percentage situations, right? Like we're talking about how the one gentleman who went 5 for 8 last night, DK, Kenneth Davis Jr., he had missed his last 14 three-pointers prior to this game. So I'm sure the scout going in was, we're going to live with him shooting out there if it's not AJ dunking on our head. So it's a situation like that. It's a very odd team to match up with. 3 go-to scorers on BYU's team, surrounded by shooters. They got back into that game because they were trying everything they could, if you listen to their coach post-game, to try to get those open looks. So the best thing about it, DK, is that there were a lot of great things that happened in that game, especially getting out to that big lead, hostile environment. And there's a lot of good film for the coaching staffs to sit down with the players and say, what you really should have done here is not hedged so far. You really need to stay a little bit more connected to your man. And any of those shots that we saw down that stretch are definitely can be defended better. But you got to also give credit to BYU. They just got some great shooters over there, made a valiant push down the stretch, and big block by the freshman is what ended up sealing the deal.
All right, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Again, we're out at Omni Tucson National here. It is the National Invitation Tournament. We've got Dragon Ball out on the course right now. He's shooting a group here coming up at 18. This is an Arizona-Texas group, so I would imagine this is probably William Weisstrand, who is in this group for Arizona. He is in fourth, tied for third currently. Owen Sawyer is likely in this group. He is also tied for third. They're both 10 under on the game, and so are on the match so far. I believe Paul Bovey from Iowa State might be in this group. He's 7 under, as well as Johnny Zhang for the University of Arizona. He might be in this group as well. He had a heck of an eagle yesterday. He's currently tied for 8 at -7. So we're going to come back. We're going to actually chat with Brent Newcomb is going to join us. He is the director of golf out here at Omni Tucson National. We'll chat with him. When we come back, it is Meridian Wealth Man. I'm sorry, it is DK on the Sports Tip here from Omni Tucson National at the National Invitation Tournament. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Collisions reported Romero and Wetmore and Romero, Golf Links and Camino Seco eastbound slowing. More backups for travel headed westbound Grant Road approaching I-10 and westbound on Miracle Mile at Flowing Wells. And for your weather, 47, the overnight low, 71, mostly cloudy tomorrow and 70 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances, plus save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder, now just $189. Valid through 1/30 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-7098. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-7098. That's 800-575-7098. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
What if sports were traded like markets? Now you can test your sports IQ in real time with Robinhood Prediction Markets. It's not you against the house, it's you participating in a live market. You can buy or sell your positions all game long. You know the game, put it to use. Trade every play with Robinhood. Download the app today. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do, with press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
It is over. Cats have won it.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your
recommended Select Quote. They've helped more than 2 million people find coverage in the last 40 years. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 policy for only $16 a month. And my husband got a $500,000 policy for only $18 a month. Plus, we qualified for same-day life insurance. No medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With Select Quote, even if you have a health concern, be it high blood pressure, diabetes, even heart disease, their experienced agents can find you the right life insurance policy at the lowest price. Make life insurance the first resolution you check off your list this year.
Call Select Quote at 1-800-291-9090 to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-291-9090. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-291-9090. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And we're coming to you live here from Omni Tucson National. It is the National Invitation Tournament here, one of the two events that the Arizona Wildcats men's golf team hosts annually, along with the Thunderbirds Intercollegiate out here at the beautiful Omni Tucson National Resort, which has hosted a ton of golf tournaments over the year, college, professional, a lot of high school champions have been crowned on these golf courses here. And we're pleased to be joined by the man that runs all the golf out here. He is the director of golf. Brent Newcomb joins us now. And Brent, we could not have asked for a more beautiful 2 days after we had some dicey, cold, rainy weather over the weekend. But it has been absolutely perfect for this event.
Yeah, I think the rest of the country is pretty jealous right now. Yeah, super 2 days, and we're fortunate to have a good tournament out here.
So you have now been here for 5 years in this particular role, but you were mentioning to me off air that you worked here before in your past.
Yeah. My first assistant pro job was here back from 1999 to 2004.
Wow.
So coming home a few years back.
So what was going on here back when you first got here, and how are things different now that you're in this director of golf position?
Oh, well, back in the early 2000s, the Tucson Open was here, the Chrysler Classic, so that was a really cool time to be around Tucson National with some of the greats, the David Duvals and Phil Mickelsons early on and things like that. And then now coming back, we had the Champions Tour event, and now the NIT's been going on since 2003, so I got to see the very first one of these, and now I think this is the 24th.
Now, where are you from originally?
Yeah, I'm from Arizona, so I've been in Tucson for over half my life, and Flagstaff and Northern Arizona for the other half.
Now, did you play college golf at all?
I played at Pima here in town.
Oh, you played at Pima College?
Yeah.
Outstanding. So what was it? Now, did you go to high school here? Or where'd you go to high school?
Mountain View.
Oh, you're a Mountain View grad. Okay,
yeah,
outstanding.
real close.
Outstanding. So what made you fall in love with the game growing up?
Oh, yeah, I'm super fortunate. My dad was a golf course superintendent.
Oh, wow.
Here in town. So he actually, his last job, last part of his career was working for the city of Tucson. So they had the Welch's OPGA championship when he was there. So I've been around golf my whole life. It's been such a blessing.
You mentioned obviously LPGA, PGA, Champions Tour, high school tournaments, college tournaments. What have you learned just about running all of these types of different events, being a part of these types of different events, and how they kind of are all different? I mean, obviously the pros are the pros, and much different type of athlete you're dealing with than high school kids. But what are some of the similarities and differences in running events like this?
You've got the crowds, and the Conquistadors did such a good job when they were here of, the crowd control, and they handle all the big corporate, tents and structures and all that. And for us, it was, I'd say the players versus, the college versus like the Champions Tour, very similar. They're all high level athletes and go about their business very similarly. As far as playing ability, it's crazy how far these kids hit it though every year, and I'm getting older, so every year, like right now, they're teeing off with irons on number 1. It's not even ever been a thought in my mind to try to tee off with an iron on 1.
Now, why would they hit an iron here at this particular hole right now?
So the fairway, it pinches in down there further down, so he probably just hit that 250, 260 yards pretty easy. And that's as far as you need to hit it, because that next shot for him is going to be 150, so maybe a 9-iron or a wedge. If you pinch it down there, it just brings those bunkers into play. It's going to be a harder shot. And then, this pin location on number 1, it's, you want to be hitting out of the fairway.
He seems to have cleared the geese out there. Yeah. They did not even move.
No, it's funny. Yeah, they won't. And we watch it all day long. They go from 18 to 1 and back and forth.
Brent Newcomb is our guest. He is the director of golf here at Omni Tucson National. For maybe somebody that doesn't know exactly what that means, explain what your job is out here.
So I kind of manage all the front-facing, customer-facing parts of the golf. So we've got Mike Petty, who runs the whole agronomy part and takes beautiful care of the course, and then I try to take care of the experience. So we've got a large staff, and we've got a great membership here and a pretty large membership that plays a lot of golf, and so between that and resort guests, we just try to take care of the golfer, make sure they're having a good time.
Now, obviously, 2 courses here. This is is this Coronado course? Or
this is Catalina.
Catalina. Coronado is the other one.
Sonoran.
Okay, Sonoran. Mm-hmm. So this is what differences? Have you guys made any changes at all in recent years to how this side plays?
The Catalina, its major changes were back in 2000, I believe, 12 or 13 was the last changes. When the Sonoran course was built, there were some major changes to like number 7, number 8. That was like 2006, I believe. Nothing really major on this side, just a lot of ongoing maintenance, but it plays pretty similar, and it holds its own for. I mean, originally this was 1962 when it opened, and it's held its own for a long time. There's been in the 80s there were some major changes, and again, like I said, in 2006, but really good traditional golf that holds its own.
What happens with like you mentioned that this course opened in the 1960s? How do courses age? What are some of the things you have to update as courses get older?
Well, greens are built totally different than they were back in the 60s. The USGA's got a pretty hefty agronomy division. Really, they're built different now with drainage and irrigation systems, and so there's been a lot of management, but it's really a credit to our director of agronomy, who's been here 38 years now, that has really just maintained and managed the property in such a great way that it still holds up.
You mentioned obviously you deal a lot with the front facing and the experience out here. This is a hugely busy time of year for golf out here in the state of Arizona. So what's a normal day like in terms of just when there's not a tournament going on here? What's a normal day like for you, and you're just dealing with the members and that type of thing?
Well, really, every day's a little different. It's kind of crazy. So on the other course today, we had 55 ladies playing our Tuesday Ladies League.
Oh, wow.
While this is going on, the other course was totally jam-packed. They're still teeing off right now. So the best part about the golf industry is every day is different. So we're going to, we got a couples team championship coming up in a couple weekends.
Couples team championship.
Yeah, last weekend we had the match play championship. So there's always something, and it's always a little bit different. So there's very few just standard days where, golf every 10 minutes off of each course, kind of provides a lot of variety.
If somebody's moving into this market right now and they want to be a member here, how does that work?
So we, like I said, we got a pretty pretty big membership. So really, if you're into golf and you like having two different styles of golf courses, and in Arizona, that's one of a kind for us, having kind of a desert style course and a traditional style course. Lots of variety in that, so you're not getting bored. And then they just come check us out, and then we can get them with our membership director and kind of show them what the membership's all about. And if they want to be in one place and call it home, this is a great place to do that.
What do you find? Obviously, I would imagine that a lot of the people that live inside this complex are members. But for somebody maybe that doesn't live here, what do you find that people say, well, I want this? I'm looking like they might be shopping you with Hilton El Conquistador or La Paloma or one of those. What do you find that people say to you about, I'm looking for this? This is the kind of golf country club that I want to be a part of. Is there a common thing that people are looking for when they come and they start shopping for a club membership?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them some people really want a specific style of golf. Mm-hmm. I mean, so the Catalina is nice because it's big and open, and you're not going to get into a lot of trouble. You can usually hit it and go find it unless you hit it into a lake. Some people want to be on a desert style course, and they want that saguaro cactus and mesquite trees and coyotes running around and things like that, and kind of be more part of the environment. So kind of depends on what they're looking for and where they're coming from. So, we get a lot of people from the Midwest that love this traditional style golf, and some people want something different when they come here too. So, it kind of depends on the type of golf you're looking for. And then having two golf courses is a big perk of ours. So there's availability where you can have one tournament going on one course, but still another one available for members to still play golf.
Brent Newcomb is our guest. He's the director of golf out here at Omni Tucson National. I want to update you right now. Arizona holding a one-shot lead, 41 under for Arizona over Texas. Texas is 40 under. Both these schools playing their final holes right now, so it is coming down to the absolute nitty-gritty. No different than last year when we were out at the Thunderbirds over at Tucson Country Club. It came down to Filip Jakubich, who's at the top of the leaderboard now, making a putt. I was following him that day. He missed a 2-foot putt on 17 and had to come back and make a 12-foot putt on 18 for the victory. And it's just crazy, Brent, how that happens. How you just have to turn it off. You missed that shot. You could have cruised in 18, but now you got to refocus, and how these athletes have to refocus from one hole to another in a tournament like this. Not really because a lot of times, I mean, you might not have an idea of how close or how far you are necessarily away from winning like you would in a professional event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this one might be a little bit tougher because not knowing exactly. You didn't tee off on number one, and those intervals, this shotgun start, finishing all together like this. Harder to know where you're at, but it's amazing what these great golfers do is they can have a bad shot, and then they don't think my next one's going to be bad. They go, my next one's going to be the best one I've ever had. It's such a good mental note there.
Do you teach as well?
Not as much anymore. We've got a great director of golf instruction here that handles most of that with our assistant pros. So, more management stuff now, unfortunately.
As a director of golf, how often do you get to play?
In the summer's our time. So when it's 110 and nobody else wants to be out here, but this time of year the days are short, so I'll get out once a month, 9 holes. Yeah. But in the summer you'll see me out there.
Tough to keep your game going when you only play every once a month.
It is a game that you need to manage. Yeah, you got to put work in for sure.
What's the next big event coming up out here at Omni Tucson?
We'll have a lot of big member events, but as far as like a big, we've got the Southern Arizona AM. The Mountain West Conference is going to be in May, but we also have the Southern Arizona Amateur here in February. So that's an Arizona Golf Association event. Okay. So that'll be in February, and then we've got the Generation Cup, which is a kind of a father-son, grandson, grandfather event coming up in the end of February as well, and then after that, the Mountain West.
Does this 18? I know this was a very popular hole with the Champs Tour. The way that it kind of flows, and you have to kind of keep it, because you don't want it to get too far to the left because it'll roll right into the water. Is it playing similar for the college kids as it did to the Champs? Or is it?
I would guess the scoring average is probably pretty close, but the kids are hitting it from a lot closer in. So the lake on the right, that a lot of these kids can actually carry it now. So it takes one of those out of play. A little bit of wind will help, but I mean, David Tom's bogeyed this hole every day when he won here.
Yeah.
In 22, I believe. So, I mean, the scoring average is tough on 18. You're not really looking at threes. You're looking for fours.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've watched some of these kids, which they're probably hitting it, pitching wedge or 9-iron in.
Yeah, tough. Some anger
Yeah.
there as you get down to the end and maybe finish the way that you want to. But let's hope we'll see. We'll refresh here before we let you go and see if we've had a change. It's still looking like one shot. We'll see if they're updating things as we get to the end here. Arizona trying to win this championship against a very good Texas program, one of the better programs in the nation, coming in here ranked number 5. Brent, we appreciate you taking some time to join us, and continued success out here at Omni Tucson National. Looks great. We even got some fall foliage here in front of us. I mean, for those of us that grew up in the Midwest, we love kind of seeing that kind of thing as well. Another beautiful event out, a beautiful course, and we look forward to coming back out here again.
Yeah, thanks, David. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
There we go. Brent Newcomb. He is the director of golf here at the Omni Tucson National. We'll get a break in here. We'll come back with more, and as we wrap up play here, we'll get some of the Arizona Wildcats and head coach Jim Anderson on board with us. Cricket is getting you home right now every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
Yeah, I'm good. I got
Backups and roadwork southbound Campbell at Fort Lowell. Stay left. You might save time using Mountain Avenue or Tucson Boulevard instead. More backups for westbound Grant Road at I-10. Collision at Golf Links and Craycroft and Golf Links. 47 the overnight low, 71 mostly cloudy tomorrow, and 70 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Cool Willie's is Tucson's home for heating and plumbing with legendary service, fast help, friendly techs, and work done right. When your home needs care, trust Tucson's own. Book now at coolwillies.com.
They say time flies like a sparrow.
And fruit flies like a banana. We're off to a great start.
If you two don't mind, I'd like to tell our customers about something they won't do in 2026.
I'm not doing a lot of things. Like changing your socks.
Guys, I'm talking about no payments or interest for a full year on a new system.
Oh, people are going to like that. You should tell them.
As I was saying, Alaskan AC can install a brand new heating and air system and have no payments or interest. For a year.
365 days. 12 months.
You'll get all the comfort, and you won't write a check for a whole year.
Ha! Ron still writes checks. He's so old, the first picture of him was an oil painting.
You guys having fun?
I never have fun. I'm having a little fun.
This is big. With approved credit, get a spanking new furnace and AC system. No payments or interest for a year.
Spanking new? Ron talks old-timey.
Schedule your appointment today, whenever you want, online at alaskanac.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, Eugene, what's with the giant pile of scratcher tickets?
Just my next greatest idea ever.
Playing the lottery?
That's right, Doug. With all my winnings, I could enroll in the UberTube car repair classes and finally fix your car right. No more disasters, Doug. Your luck is about to change.
Well, then keep on scratching, Eugene.
Good luck, Eugene. But if you need a sure thing for your next set of tires or automotive repair, check out Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. With more than 35 Top Shop awards and our Partners Network 3-year nationwide warranty, you can count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care.
And check out this month's special savings.
You'll find an entire page of them online at jackfurriers.com. Savings on tires, oil changes, batteries, wheel alignments, and more.
So call ahead, make an appointment online, or just stop by any of our 14 area locations.
Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, here to get you there.
Wildcat fans, why wait for a great night's sleep? At Factory Direct Mattress of Tucson, you get comfort for life and deals you can't get anywhere else. Shop top-rated brands like the award-winning Puffy, Lisa, and our FDM lineup, all at Factory Direct Savings. No gimmick, no pressure, just comfort that helps you wake up feeling like a champion. Find us at 3936 West Ina Road or at fdmtucson.com. That's fdmtucson.com. Easy to find, easy to save. Stop by today, sleep better tonight, and get ready for Arizona's next victory.
The American Red Cross is facing a severe blood shortage. Donors are needed now to make sure patients across the country receive life-saving care. There's no time to wait. Make an appointment today to give blood by using the Blood Donor app, visiting redcrossblood.org, or calling 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man?
10 cents.
I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We're coming to you live from Omni, Tucson. It is the National Invitation Tournament out here, and the Arizona Wildcats wrapping up play. This is an event that began yesterday, and they had some weather early in terms of frost. And so things did not get off to as quick a start as they would have liked. A little delayed yesterday in the morning. They had to play. Through that and did not complete all of the rounds. Normally at these tournaments they try to get in 2 rounds early, but they were not able to get in both of those rounds yesterday. So they had to finish round 2 today and then round 3. So normally when we come out to these events, they're generally ending right about the time we hit the air. But they're still on a pretty good schedule considering that things got off to a slow start. I'm going to have you move to that chair just to kind of space this out a little bit. Dragon Ball, and get you back underneath your name. Dragon Ball was out on the course. He returns to us now. Dragon Ball, what would you see out there while you were floating around catching out some of the action?
Right now, it's been pretty good games all around for everybody on the course. Texas and Arizona, they had a twosome or a group there on the 17, I believe, because you mentioned this one with the fairway. This is a number 18 here, hole 18. 17.
So this is 17 today, then, is what you're saying?
I believe so, because as soon as that group finished on the grass.
No, this is 1. Actually, this is still 1.
Okay.
But there was a shotgun start today, so some groups finished on. I mean, everybody finished on a different hole today. So
right.
But this was 18 here.
Well, on the grass, that's directly to the right of our setup here. Again, a nice little grouping between Arizona and Texas players, and it's always a matter of who gets the first shot on the green. You never want to be the first one to figure out who's got the test shot to see where the lies are and everything like that. But it was pretty impressive seeing everybody seemingly nail their putts right when they needed to, and that was when Texas went just 1 behind Arizona after that setup was finished. So waiting to see exactly how it all is going to set up here. It looks like, according to the scoreboard,
it
directly
looks
to our
like
right,
it's tied.
Looks like it's tied up 40-40.
Wow! So we may have a playoff now. It'll be interesting. Now we talked to Jim Anderson about this in the past. Depending on flights and if teams are scheduled to get out of here, sometimes they will not do a playoff. They'll just crown co-champions and that type of thing. But I see a number of folks walking back up this first fairway right now, so it's quite possible we may have a playoff situation here to finish this out. Arizona currently sitting at 40 under, Texas at 40 under. The Wildcats had a 2-shot lead coming into what would have been this final hole here, the 18 and 1. Apparently, this last group played both 18 and 1. Wildcats had a 2-shot lead. That shot was down to 1, and now it is currently even. So Wildcats 19 and under on the day, Texas 9 under. So yesterday's first round, just to kind of give you an indication how this went with the top 2 teams. Yesterday's first round, Arizona jumped out and was 21 under. And now we're getting Texas. We just got the flip. Texas flips back into the lead, and that is your final, it appears. The Longhorns have won the tournament by 1 shot over the Arizona Wildcats. It appears Texas at 41 under and Arizona at 40 under. So a dramatic switch here, dramatic ending a tournament which Texas led most of the day, and then Arizona came back at the beginning of the front 9 and was able to take a lead of around the most we saw was 2 shots, but it appears that Texas over the course of the final 2 holes has flipped this. They got it. Apparently the Longhorns got a birdie on that final hole because they are now showing at -10 to finish out their 3rd round, and that was the birdie that was able to get this done. Texas has beaten Arizona here by 1 shot at the National Invitation Tournament. That's a tough way to see this end, Dragon Ball, for the Arizona Wildcats today.
Yeah, they just put up the last little part of the card stocks over here to symbolize the finale.
The leaderboard, yeah.
So it's always comes down to 1 or 2 strokes here at the very tail end. And, hey, when you're playing in groups, it's always one of those situations where everybody's kind of playing at a certain kind of pace. And this has been a fantastic tournament. Very, very nice to see that at least it finishes out without any kind of trials or tribulations in regards to the weather. That was the one thing that I think a lot of people were worried about, was that the weather may push itself back a little bit with the rains that we had in the weekend this past week. So good to see that it was able to finish on a nice cloudless day. But, again, fantastic performances by all teams involved, and congratulations goes out to Texas for winning the tournament.
So that is the bad news. The good news, though, is that Philip Yakubchik is your individual winner today from the University of Arizona. So Philip Yakubchik, who I believe now I'll have to look it up for sure, but he won last year at the Thunderbirds Intercollegiate, and Philip appears to have won today by 2 shots over Texas's Luke Potter. And he finished -5 today. He had a 1-shot lead. He was 1 shot behind Luke Potter after round 1. He came in 1 shot behind Luke Potter today. But Philip Yakubchik with a 5 under par round to Luke Potter's 2, and it appears that he has won the individual title by 2 shots. Owen Sawyer of Iowa State has finished 3rd. Tommy Morrison, Texas, 4th at -10, so 10 under, 4 shots off the pace. Arizona's next highest finisher was William Weistrand. He finished at -9. I think the last check we had, he was a little bit higher than that. I think he might have been 3rd or 4th, but he'll finish tied for 5th here. So those are your top 2 finishers. Philip Yakubchik and William Weistrand finish 1-2 for the Arizona Wildcats. Tianyi Zhang finishes at -7, tied for 10th, and Zach Pollo also -10 or -7, 7 under, and he finishes tied for 10th as well. So that appears to be how the leaderboard will complete here for this National Invitation Tournament, 2-day event out here at the Omni Tucson National.
Hey, DK, can you do me a favor and ask Coach what happened in the second round? Because according to the score sheet I'm seeing, the U of A was 19 under in round 3, 21 under in round 1, and even in the second day in round 2.
Yes, they were. Yeah, exactly. Yesterday's second round was not as good as round 1 and 3.
Did they start early and have to deal with a lot of the frost issues? Or
no, round 2 started late yesterday because round 1 was where they dealt with the frost issues. So they had to finish round 2 today. So I'm not sure exactly where they were when play resumed today. I thought they were under par, but not too far under par.
Right.
when play resumed today on round 2. But
I just see Texas was 13 under on round 1, 18 under round 2, and 10 under today round 3 to finish up round 3. And the U of A was even round 2. Other than that, they were gangbusters round 1 and 3. But obviously, when you get those truncated, abridged rounds, you got to come back and finish the next day. It can get a little dicey.
Yeah, Arizona, though, was as many as 5 shots back to begin the day. So a lot of what they made up after play started today to finish round 2, and then obviously the dominant performance in round 3, to which they had the second best performance of any of the teams on the docket. Iowa State went 22 under, so they had the best day today, followed by Arizona at 19 under, but it's going to leave them just 1 shot short, 2 shots short, really, of winning this tournament against number 5 Texas. The other ranked teams that were here this week, number 27 BYU, they finish at 20 under, so those were the only 3 ranked teams that were part of this event: Texas, Arizona, and Brigham Young. Iowa State, Cal, St. Mary's, UTEP was here over the course of these 2 days. New Mexico State always comes out, Wyoming, Santa Clara. Grand Canyon was here for this tournament as well. Fresno State and Howard here as well this week. HBCU from Washington, D.C. I have a number of members of my family who are Howard graduates, as they like to say. So great to see the Bison make it out here to Southern Arizona for this tournament as well. They finished in 13th place, plus 12 on the tournament. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. 520-848-1290. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number if you had a chance to get out here. These are always great events to just get out and walk around and be out on a golf course. Beautiful weather the last 2 days out here in Southern Arizona, so it was great to not too much wind, so I'm sure that was not a real big factor in the play out here this weekend, but always great to get out to these events. I'm not sure. The women did not host a tournament last year. I'll have to check and see if they've got an event at home this year, but we'll definitely have to get out and see them play. Obviously, the next men's event is going to be out at Tucson Country Club in terms of home. Let's just check the schedule real quick here. The women do have an event coming up in 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from this Monday, Tuesday, they'll have their Thunderbird Intercollegiate out at Tucson Country Club. So that'll be the first spring event for the ladies, and it'll be a home event. So good to see that they'll have a home event this year. We'll definitely try to get out there and see them play. So this may be the beginning of a little bit of a road swing for us, because we're out here today at Omni Tucson National. Tomorrow we're going to be back down at Showtime Cards for our Wildcat Wednesday. We had to move it, obviously, till the end of the month because we've had Wednesday men's basketball for the first 3 Wednesdays of the month. But we'll be back at Showtime Cards for your Wildcard Wednesday. And then next Tuesday, we're going to be on campus for the second straight year celebrating the Arizona Triathlon team, national champions for a second consecutive year. So we'll be at the Davis Center next Tuesday for that event. And then we very well might be back out at Tucson Country Club for the ladies. Intercollegiate, Thunderbird Collegiate coming up the Tuesday after that. So 3 straight Tuesdays, we might be on the road. So it's becoming a road show here for DK on the Sports Tip. But hey, as long as the weather stays like this, I have no problem. It's when it's kind of cold is where I don't like this necessarily to be on the road. But I got no problem with this weather right here. Dragon Ball, obviously you're back with us now. We did not get your top takeaways. We'll take a minute here while we have some time before the top of the hour to get your top takeaways on last night's 86-83 win by Arizona basketball over BYU.
Well, it's funny. We mentioned it last week when me and you talked about it, that the one thing I wanted to see moving forward with the guards was I wanted to see them take a bit more shots early on in the game rather than have Jaden Bradley be the second half warrior. They seemed to listen to me. They had a lot of shots go up for the guards.
Because you're smart and you know basketball. Well, they should be listening to you.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that they should listen to me for anything. I just was very impressed to see that. Okay, Braden Burries, Jaden Bradley, they're starting to get a bit more involved in the first half of the ball game there offensively, and a lot of that was due to the fact that I think BYU was really trying to test to see how much of an inside advantage the Cats had, and there really wasn't that much. I mean, Mo Crevis was held scoreless until very late in the second half. Toby Awaka Granted, he was in a little bit of foul trouble there guarding against A.J. DeBonsa, so that kind of threw him off of his usual game. But it was still a game where the interior scoring was not as go-to for the Cats as it had been in games past. So seeing the guards get heavily involved in there was very good to see. Still would like to see a bit more from, say, a Dwayne Aristode or a Anthony Del Orso. But, again, so long as the guards have their shot and they're willing to go to them consistently, I was totally okay with it. Now, the end of the game, definitely would have liked to see that a bit tightened up, but I think everybody has spoken that at length with both you guys on the postgame and probably all the pundits online on all the little, all those different forums and things like that. So, needless to say, was happy to see the guards get heavily involved in the offense early on in the contest.
Well, one of the things that the thing I said with Dragon Ball was that, to me, in terms of Jaden Bradley, he right off the jump, he was looking to score and get his offense going, get offense going for this team. And we don't necessarily always see that mentality from Jaden Bradley. It's not a bad thing. It's just that I think there are nights when he looks to maybe facilitate more than look for his own scoring. But last night was one of those nights where clearly from the jump he understood this is a game I've got to come out and establish myself offensively, and he did that.
Absolutely. No, it was very good to see that from JB. It was very good to see Braden Burries also get a bit of an outside shot going early on in that contest. And, hey, so far it's still 21-0. That's the main lesson to go and take away from it. And now we just got to go and wait for Saturday up in Tempe. That's the main. It's always the next game, the one game mentality Tommy Lloyd has spoken ad nauseum about. And we'll just make sure that they go ahead and come up ready to go against the Sun Devils up in Tempe.
All right, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Again, we have completed play here at the National Invitation Tournament. Omni Tucson National, Texas has edged Arizona by one shot, but Philip Yakupchik is the individual champion for your Wildcats. We'll chat with Philip and some of the other members of the team. Head coach Jim Anderson coming up in our next hour. Also scheduled to chat with Samaya Sugapan from the Arizona women's basketball team. Speaking, it's no forks week. Put your forks away because it is rivalry week. Arizona women's basketball taking on the Sun Devils tomorrow. Arizona men's basketball taking on the Sun Devils on Saturday. No forks allowed for the remainder of this week. DK on the Sports Tip. You are listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and weather together. Westbound I-10 at the I-10-I-19 junction, a stalled semi stay left to get by. There are freeway backups on westbound I-10 approaching the I-10-I-19 junction. Earlier crash Golf Links and Camino Seco. Other rush hour slowdowns westbound Grant at I-10, Ajo and Mission southbound and westbound. 47, the overnight low, 71, mostly cloudy tomorrow, and 70 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places to take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start February 11th. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes while giving you a head start on 2026. Earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and experience. Or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
They say time flies like a sparrow.
And fruit flies like a banana.
We're off to a great start.
If you two don't mind, I'd like to tell our customers about something they won't do in 2026.
I'm not doing a lot of things.
Like changing your socks.
Guys, I'm talking about no payments or interest for a full year on a new system.
Oh, people are going to like that.
You should tell them.
As I was saying, Alaskan AC can install a brand new heating and air system and have no payments or interest for a year.
365 days.
12 months.
You'll get all the comfort, and you won't write a check for a whole year.
Ha! Ron still writes checks.
He's so old, the first picture of him was an oil painting.
You guys having fun?
I never have fun.
I'm having a little fun.
This is big. With approved credit, get a spanking new furnace and AC system. No payments or interest for a year.
Spanking new?
Ron talks old-timey.
Schedule your appointment today, whenever you want, online at alaskanac.com.
When the deals drop at Kohl's, you feel it. You see up to 50% off end-of-season must-haves, plus up to 85% off clearance favorites. And suddenly, your whole world narrows to one thought. Must shop now. Your to-do list gone. Your dinner plans forgotten. It's just you and your cart gliding through the store. Yeah.
DK, please read your text.
To a person. Save in-store and online now. Select styles. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
En garde! U.S. Olympians do it, your neighbor's kid does it, and yes, it's the only socially acceptable way to carry a sword, fencing. No, not the kind that keeps dogs in. This is the Olympic and Paralympic sport for all ages. Fencing is fun, safe, and welcoming. Physical chess that builds both body and mind. Kids and adults make friends fast, stay active, and even open doors to college programs nationwide. Learn more and find beginner classes near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And we're coming to you live out here at Omni Tucson National, the National Invitation Golf Tournament, men's golf, college men's golf. Your Arizona Wildcats hosting the first of their two events on the men's side this season. They'll also host the Thunderbirds Intercollegiate, which will be coming up later this year over at the Tucson Country Club, which is home base for both of these programs, the Arizona men and the Arizona women. The good news today, Philip Yakupchik, the Arizona senior, is your champion on the individual side. He wins this event by 2 shots. The bad news is, as the Wildcats had a 2-shot lead down the stretch over Texas, but Texas was able to turn that around, and the Longhorns end up winning this tournament by 1 stroke over the Arizona Wildcats. 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. Talking Arizona golf, talking Arizona basketball. Samaya Sugapong from the Arizona women's basketball team is going to join us a little bit later. We'll chat with her about their big game coming up against Arizona State on the road. The first meeting between Becky Burke and Molly Miller, the 2 new women's basketball coaches here within the state of Arizona. Looking forward to that. That'll be tomorrow night. You can hear that game on Freedom 1400, coverage with Derek Palmer from Tempe beginning at 6:15. Let's take a call here and speak with Andy. You're on DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Last night's game, to me, looks like they put a little extra in their Dr. Pepper last night, because that crowd was frenzic. It was frenzy all the way around. I think it was a little bit more intense than UConn, going into UConn, because UConn thought that they were the top of the heap and, they were better than Arizona, and we were like the little underdog in their mentality. With BYU, they were trying to knock off the top dog. They wanted to prove that they're as good, if not better, than everyone else, and they had a real chip on their shoulder. So that's why I thought last night was a deadly game. Every game seems deadly. But my question to you is this. Okay, the regular season, there's several parts to it. We're doing fantastic. I mean, the national media doesn't know about us yet, or doesn't really care about us, or just poo-poos us. But that's okay. That's okay.
You think the national media doesn't know us, Andy? We're number one in the country. We're unanimous
No,
number one in both polls.
I'm just they never – okay, we're undefeated, and we're going into UConn. We're going into BYU. We're going to these places, and we're kicking butt. And, yeah, I think that we're a little underrated. But my point is, can this translate into the tournament? Because you're one and done in the tournament. I know it's making us tougher. We got the poise, we got the confidence, but I guess there's no guarantee once you get to the tournament, right?
Oh, yeah,
it doesn't matter what your record was.
No, there's absolutely no guarantee once you get to the tournament. Anybody can beat you on any given night. But I think I like the way that this team has. I mean, again, and Jada pointed out last night on the show. This is a team. They've started 21-0. They've beaten 6 ranked opponents in different environments, and only one of those ranked opponents was in their own gym, and one on a quote home. No, and that wasn't even San Diego State. That was a home neutral, but they weren't ranked. The other 5 games were either in hostile neutral situations or hostile environments. That's pretty impressive, I think, for this team.
I agree.
I
totally agree.
And that alone, I think, gets you. And that doesn't mean that they won't slip up and lose in March. They could still very well do that. But I think they've had a lot of preparation, and especially last night with the quick turnaround from Saturday to Monday, to be prepared for what they're going to encounter come March.
I totally agree with that. I just think that, if it was a team back east, they would be, oh, my God, the gates of heaven would have closed by now. But that's okay. We're the University of Arizona. We're used to being kind of overlooked. But we're number one. We're number one. They can't ignore that. And ASU Hurley would give his mother away if he could win this Saturday.
He would. It might be his last chance to beat Arizona.
Well, let's hope so. Okay, thank you for taking my call.
Hey, always, Andy. Great to hear. You have so much energy, Andy. I love your energy and enthusiasm you've brought to our show the last couple of weeks.
Not bad for a 94-year-old, right?
Oh, you're not that
94
old.
years old.
Stop
today.
it, Andy. You're not that old. You're not that old. Thanks, brother.
Some days I feel like it. Thank you.
All right, 520-848-1290.
John on
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's hear from John. You're on DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, man, how are you doing today?
I'm good, John. I'm on a golf course. The sun is out. The only thing that would be better is if I was swinging it myself out here.
So the reason why I called is I actually played D1 golf. I went to a smaller school in Ohio, and born and raised in Arizona, in Tucson, and it's a backbreaker when you lose by a shot, because you're going to sit there and kick around. As a golfer, you don't celebrate what you do well. You really almost, to a blessing and a curse, you focus on the things you could have done better. And I guarantee all 5 of those guys are going to look back on their 2 days of golf to see where they could have picked up 1 or 2 shots that could have been the difference between finishing second to a team and winning. And, it's the best thing about sports. It's what's going to make them better later in the season when they have to execute down the stretch. But, God dang, when you lose something that close and that tight, it just, as a competitor, there's nothing that eats at you much more than that.
Yeah, I mean, and I told the story, John. I was out at the Thunderbirds Intercollegiate last year when, a similar situation. Wildcats had a 1-shot lead. Philip Yakubchik, not bogeyed, but he bogeyed. He missed a 2-foot par putt. He ends up bogeying, has to immediately come back, on 18 and makes a 12-foot shot, 12-foot birdie to win the tournament. So I mean, it's that close. You got to throw away one shot on 17 to get ready for what you got to do on 18. A lot of pressure in a lot of these instances. We understood it came down to the group that was on number 2, and the player from Texas birdied the hole, and our player Zach Poilo parred the hole. So I mean, it can be that close in these events. And I want to ask you, because we were talking about it with Brent Newcomb, like a lot of times you don't even really know. I mean, the players don't necessarily know how close it actually is, I would imagine. Did you know at times when you were in close matches how close it actually was at the end?
So, depending on the tournament, some would have relatively light scoring where you would report your scores every 3 holes. And you had like somebody that at the end of the – so most events, to answer your question, no. You don't know. And because the other part of the moving part is you drop one of your scores each round.
Yeah.
So the 5 guys are playing for 4 scores. So that birdie might have knocked out somebody that shot 72 because he shoots 71. So you don't know how it's always going to filter out, but you know when it's close. And, your coach, now, some of the bigger schools probably have 2-3 coaches out there, walkie-talkies. They have a better idea what's going on, shot to shot, hole to hole. They're a little more. Our coach was a smaller university, one coach out there. He's there on the threes to kind of give you the yardages and the clubs that your other teammates hit. But you really don't know the last 3-4 holes where you're playing, how it's going to filter out. But you know where everybody's going to at through the round. You know if somebody's got to get their score dropped. You need to pick up back. It's an interesting dynamic because you're playing for your individual score. Because if you play it well, it helps the team. But at the end of the day, man, listen, I'll tell you what, I did compete and travel the country playing golf and traveling and getting school paid for it. It was a blessing. And something I didn't take for granted.
John, I'm from Ohio. What small school in Ohio did you play at?
I went to Wright State.
Oh, Wright State down Dayton. Yeah, I've been on that campus.
Yes, sir. And we had a good golf back then. You had Butler in the conference. It was a good basketball conference back then.
Oh yeah.
And the Horizon League has kind of come and gone, with some of the schools have come and gone from it. But we competed against your Big Ten schools, your SEC schools, and I mean, I'm telling you, to get to compete at a D1 level and just go toe to toe with the best. As a competitor, it didn't get any better than matching yourself up and fighting for it. In Ohio, it's a different school because look at the weather today. You got 70 degrees, sunshine, no wind, no it's optimal schooling conditions. But this time of year in Ohio, we were playing in snow. I'd never played in 4 layers before. It took me a long out there, but boy, was it fun.
Hey, what's your favorite course out here, John?
Oh, that every day that I get to play is my favorite course that day. Star Pass is a blast.
Oh, I love it.
But there's truth to that because I'll be honest, you competing against the course every day, there's a challenge that comes with it.
Yeah.
Star Pass is great. All the courses up at Dunn Mountain are great. Omni's great. Tucson Country Club, pound for pound, in Tucson is right up there with anything. And I would say that as far as the challenge goes and just being kind of an old school layout, especially like being in Tucson, getting to go to the Midwest where it was tree lined, trees, water, rough. Tucson Country Club kind of presents that maybe not a lot of the other area golf courses present. So probably if I had to pick one, that would be the place that I would like to as a kid, I got to play a lot with junior golf here. And, and I want to say one last thing. I'll let you go up and take up a little bit of time. But the jobs that the conquistadors do can't be stated enough. We have one of the best junior golf programs in the country here. And they need to be commended because they provide a lot of opportunities for kids. And I was able to get a scholarship in not my best sport because of the opportunities that all of those guys that represent local businesses here support our youth, and they support Ricky Rick Junior Golf. And just want to give a shout out to those guys because they don't take a lot of the accolades, for the work that they do, and it's to be commended.
John, hey, we appreciate you calling in and sharing your college golf story with us.
Man, it was a treat. I had a blast doing it, and I'm still a diehard Wildcat fan. I lived and died with Arizona basketball and Arizona football when I lived out in Ohio. Had to live with the Ohio State Buckeye fans, which was tough, but tough. Grateful for my time there, David, for sure.
There you go. Appreciate your call, John. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right. That was John. Played college golf at Wright State from right here in Tucson, Arizona. 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. All right, let's do this. Let's get to a quick break because we've got some of the guys hanging. We'll get some of your Arizona golfers, head coach Jim Anderson on the other side. We got Samaya Sugapong from Arizona women's basketball coming up as well as they get ready for their game against the Arizona State Sun Devils as well. It is DK on the Sports Tip from Omni Tucson National Invitation Tournament. Texas beats Arizona, but Filip Jakubczyk is the individual champion, at 14 under. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Westbound I-10 at the I-19 junction stopped semi. Stay to the left to get by. Wreckers on site to clear that. We have got slow and go and stop and go travel on I-10 westbound from the junction back to Valencia. Northbound cold north of Valencia, stalled vehicle there, heavy backups. Collisions Rancho Cerrito Boulevard and Saurita Road. Also Grant Road west of Craycroft. 47 the overnight low, 71, mostly cloudy tomorrow, and 68 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Whoever said opposites attract was definitely talking about the new spicy menu at DQ. Spicy flamethrower chicken strips served with a dip of sweet DQ soft serve. Sounds wrong, but tastes so right. The new spicy menu at DQ. Happy tastes good. For a limited time at participating locations.
Imagine every time you make a money move with your Visa credit card, you earn rewards. A large coffee with an extra shot of espresso? 2 times the rewards. That all-you-can-eat brunch. 3 times the rewards. A weekend haul at the wholesale club? 4 times the rewards. Buyers, rejoice. With the ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card, you can earn up to 4 times the rewards. Your new favorite credit card is from your trusted credit union. Apply today at ICCU.com on approved credit.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start February 11th. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes while giving you a head start on 2026. Earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and experience. Or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Everyone loves a backyard barbecue, but who has the time? I'm Josh Bishop, owner of Fork and Fire in Oro Valley and Catalina. My brother, best friend, and I have been cooking for one another and our neighbors for years, and we still get to live our passion every day at Fork and Fire. In Oro Valley, you'll discover bold, smoky brisket, ribs, pulled pork, and many creative dishes paired with local craft beers on tap and specialty cocktails. Fork and Fire, your neighborhood backyard barbecue, where great food meets good times and strong community. Join us today at Fork and Fire, Oro Valley, and in Catalina.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no, as seen on TV, salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Hey, Eugene, what's with the giant pile of scratcher tickets?
Just my next greatest idea ever.
Playing the lottery?
That's right, Doug. With all my winnings, I could enroll in the UberTube car repair classes and finally fix your car right. No more disasters, Doug. Your luck is about to change.
Well, then keep on scratching, Eugene.
Good luck, Eugene. But if you need a sure thing for your next set of tires or automotive repair, check out Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. With more than 35 Top Shop awards and our Partners Network 3-year nationwide warranty, you can count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care.
And check out this month's special savings.
You'll find an entire page of them online at jackfurriers.com. Savings on tires, oil changes, batteries, wheel alignments, and more.
So call ahead, make an appointment online, or just stop by any of our 14 area locations.
Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance, making it easy to save you money. When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit progressive.com.
I'm Taylor Bisciotti with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Phillip Rivers will not be the Bills head coach in 2026. He withdrew his name from consideration for the job, according to NFL Network insider Mike Garafolo. The reason is that the timing wasn't right for Rivers and his family. Elsewhere, former Giants interim head coach Mike Kafka has a new home. He's heading to Detroit to join Dan Campbell as a high-ranking member of the offensive staff, according to NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero. Meanwhile, the Chargers have officially announced Mike McDaniel as their new offensive coordinator. McDaniel had been a candidate for a few head coach openings, but decided on LA to join Jim Harbaugh's staff. And with Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl, he'll no longer participate in the 2026 Pro Bowl games. Lions quarterback Jared Goff has been selected to be Darnold's replacement as one of the NFC quarterbacks. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
For your big game party, you better pop in to Total Wine and More for a guaranteed win. We've got thousands of bottles down every aisle, and prices so low they're gonna make you smile. Ask our helpful guides for a recommendation to add some spirits and wine to your beverage station. Discover something new and let the fun begin. Come on down to Total Wine and More for a guaranteed win.
Drink responsibly, B21.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Coming to you live from Omni, Tucson National. The National Invitation Tournament has wrapped up play here. Beautiful 2 days in southern Arizona. And the winner is Philip Yakupchik of your Arizona Wildcats. He joins us now. And first of all, Philip, congratulations. I believe this is your second tournament victory in college. You won last year at the Thunderbirds Intercollegiate. Am I correct on that?
No, I won two totally different events, but
So
I won two past tiempo events and now this one.
Okay, so this is your third victory in college. Okay, so I was one short on that. Walk me through these last 2 days. Obviously, you guys got off to a little bit of a delayed start yesterday with the frost in the morning, but how did you feel just kind of from the get-go yesterday?
I mean, playing with your teammate is always fun, and especially playing with a good team like Texas. To be fair, I really enjoyed both days, and it was a grind. It was really tough at times, but ended up great.
What was tough out here for you guys and for you personally over these 2 days?
To be honest, I was kind of struggling on the greens. I thought I wasn't quite getting them throughout the week, but ended up working out just fine.
So when you're struggling like that, how do you try to find it down the stretch to kind of improve things?
To be honest, just trying to stay patient because there's nothing else you can really do.
What do you like about this course? You've played it before. You guys have had a number of tournaments out here at Omni, Tucson National here on the Catalina course. What do you like about this particular course?
In my opinion, it's very old school. There used to be some PG Tour events. Now there's Senior Tour. And I think the course is great. It might just be a little outdated. Even though it looks great, I feel like it could be a little bit longer for nowadays. People are hitting it super far. So I think that's the reason why. Making it a little bit longer, placing bunkers in more better strategically better spots, that would be make the course definitely way more challenging.
What was your best hole out here this week or today yesterday? What was your best hole, you think?
I would say hole 11.
Okay.
I've done pretty well, even though it's a difficult hole.
Is that a par? What par was that? 4 or 5? What par was that hole?
It was par 4.
Par 4. Why was it? What made it difficult, and how did you attack it?
It's just a difficult tee shot, and the pin location's usually quite challenging. But I just ended up hitting it the right spot and making a 10-foot putt for birdie.
This is obviously, golf is an individual game, but you play out here in a team concept. A difficult loss for the team down the stretch. You guys were behind for a large part of the day. You come back, you take a late lead, and then Texas is able to come back and snatch it at the end. So individually, how do you feel? You won individually, but your team didn't win. How do you process those two elements?
Well, you always look at the, as you said, it is an individual event, but it's also a team event. But part of me is super happy I was able to finish the job. But second part was I've made some pars, down bogeys as well. So I kind of blame myself too for not getting the team win.
It was interesting. We had a gentleman just called in on the show, and he was talking about that. He said he played golf at Wright State. He said that each guy will go back and say, where could I have gotten one more shot or another shot for the team? Give me like maybe one or two specifics from today where you thought, I could have made that par, I could have made that birdie there to maybe make up those two shots and get us that victory.
For me, my start was not ideal. My first 7 to 8 holes were just, it was very cold. I made a bunch of pars, 2 bogeys. Definitely there was a bunch of shots I could have saved for the team and for myself.
Senior year, obviously for you, last go around, what are some of the goals you've set for yourself as you go into this final go around as a Wildcat?
I don't usually set goals personally, but to be fair, I'm just trying to do the best I can, prepare as much as I can for ongoing career.
Tell me about some of these guys. You got some guys, William Weistrand, I think is a new player we don't know a lot about. He had a pretty good week out here, finishing, I believe, tied for 4th. Tell me a little bit about William and what he brings to the team.
I mean, he's great. He's, as you mentioned, freshman from Europe. Definitely brings in a different kind of chemistry, but I think he's awesome, playing some great golf. We'll definitely need him.
Obviously, you mentioned freshman from Europe. You're from Europe, Czech Republic. Do you find yourself having to take some of those younger guys from Europe under your wing and kind of show them the lay of the land, how it works here in the United States, how to be prepared every day to play for Coach Anderson?
Honestly, I think they're all great. I mean, I'm there if they need any help, but I don't think they do. They're doing just fine.
How about Tiani? He had a nice eagle, I heard, yesterday.
Yeah, he had a great chip in off the green. Yeah, I mean, they're all great. I mean, I'm not even sure how to help him myself.
But I'm sure you've given advice. Like, what piece of advice is maybe the one piece of advice you give to younger players?
2 things. I would say definitely stay patient. That's super important. And secondly, just work hard. I mean, time is running out fast. Speaking for myself, I mean, I've been freshman just now, feels like. And yeah, now I'm about to be done in 3 months.
Yeah, with going through this for the last time, do you just, I mean, how do you soak it all in? Are you just, I mean, you go out there, you take a shot, and you're just like, man, Do you just try to soak in every shot when you're out there now?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm just excited to finish off strong, hopefully, and get as many individual and team successes as we can.
Do you hope to play professionally here in the United States? Will you go back to Europe? What's your post-U of A plan, or do you know at this point?
Ideally stay in U.S., but obviously I do not know what future holds for me, so as long as I can be a professional golfer, that'll be great.
There you go. What have you enjoyed most about being a Wildcat?
The weather. I mean, look at everywhere else in U.S., and here it's great.
Absolutely. You cannot beat a 65-degree January day here in Tucson, Arizona. Philip, we appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us. Congratulations on the individual win, your third here in college, where we look forward to maybe getting a couple of more before it's all said and done.
Hopefully, yeah. Thank you.
There you go. Philip Jakubicic is our guest. He won the tournament here this weekend, and he did so with a round of 14 under par. So a great job by Philip to get the victory here. And unfortunately, again, the Wildcats came up just a tick short of beating Texas. Philip today had 6 birdies on his card, including 4 birdies on the back 9. So a strong finish for Philip. He mentioned he got off maybe to a little bit of a slow start. Had a bogey on number 3 today, put 2 pars and a bogey, but after that, he got it going. Birdie on 10, birdie on 11, birdie on 13, and a birdie on 15 to finish this thing out. He, too, had an eagle yesterday on the par 5 10th hole. We talked about Tiani's eagle yesterday. He had one as well, so never goes wrong when you can get a couple extra shots on a par 5. That's for sure. He finishes at 14 under par. Does Philip Jakubczyk. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Things have wrapped up here again for the day. Texas wins it by 1 shot over the University of Arizona. The rest of your team leaderboard looks like this. Iowa State took 3rd place in this event. They had a really good day today, did the Cyclones. They had the best day of all the teams in the event, shooting 22 under par today as a team did Iowa State to finish at 29 under, 12 shots behind Texas. And then St. Mary's Brigham Young coming in at 20 under, California at 19 under, UTEP at 10 under. That was the 7th place team. New Mexico State, Wyoming, Santa Clara, Grand Canyon come in as well, and Fresno State and Howard also finishing things up. Pretty much everybody, all but Fresno State and Howard, finished under par as teams here this week. So it's always great to see a lot of the low rounds, and that's what we saw here this weekend, or this week I should say, over the course of these 2 days. Beautiful 2 days, got off to a cold start as we mentioned yesterday, but things finishing off very nice. We're going to chat with the head coach here, Jim Anderson, here momentarily. Don't forget, again, we're going to chat with Samaya Sukapong from the Arizona women's basketball team. She'll join us now at the top of the 5 o'clock hour, and we'll get you set for the Wildcats and the Sun Devils tomorrow. No forks. It's a no forks week. Put your forks away. We've got rivalry week on the basketball side. Women tomorrow in Tempe. Men on Saturday in Tempe. So it's going to be an exciting weekend from that perspective. We are pleased to be joined right now by the head golf coach here, men's golf coach at the University of Arizona. His name is Jim Anderson. Jim, this is the first time we've talked to you since you became the longest-standing head coach in the department.
Thank you, DJ. Yeah, you're right.
Was I think 14 years or 13 years?
I'm in year 14.
Year 14. Yeah, right, exactly. Tremendous 2 days out here, and you brought in one of the best programs in the country, Texas, and took them right down to the wire. Just give me an assessment. Obviously difficult. You guys were down for a large portion of the day, had that charge, came back, took the lead, and then Texas kind of steals it at the end. Just what were your thoughts on kind of the way that it ended today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the outcome is impossible to ignore, and it would have been a heck of a lot more fun to be 2 shots better, or even 1 shot better. We'd be talking a little bit differently. But in the end, we talk to our team all the time about detaching ourselves from the outcome and really focusing on the process. I know that's a bit of coach speak, but with golf, you really have to do that. We don't get to move to a zone defense if Texas is making a lot of birdies in round 2.
Yeah.
We can't shift and anticipate, players to hit it to the strong side of the field and adjust the defense. So only thing we have control over is how we play and how we perform, and really our process to the point where we hit the shot is what it is. So all of that to say, yeah, it would have been a lot of fun, and it would have put an exclamation point on it. I mean, Philip played some great golf today, and looking at the leaderboard, or our scoreboard rather, we had 5 guys playing in the lineup. We made 5 bogeys total over, 5 rounds of golf, 5 guys. And only 3 of those bogeys counted in our team score. So we didn't make a lot of mistakes. We made a lot of birdies. We shot 19 under par. We played against one of the best teams in the country, as you mentioned, and we went toe-to-toe with them for 3 straight days and didn't have our best stuff in the middle. So I think all in all, being that it's the end of January and we want to be our best come May and June, I think there's a lot to be encouraged about.
Yeah, J-Dub is back in the studio, and he said, ask Coach what happened in round 2, because round 1, 21 under, round 3, 19 under, even in round 2. What were some of those challenges that you talked about there in the middle?
Yeah, well, of course we had the frost delay yesterday, and so we wrapped up with 6 holes to go and left in round 2, and I don't recall off the top of my head if we felt like we were 7 or maybe 8 under par through round 2, and of course Texas was playing some great golf in round 2. I think in the end of the day we just need to work on our intermission speeches in hockey, because whatever we said at the end of round or intermission 1 wasn't as good as that of pregame, and then of course going into the final period. But joking aside, I think what probably happened, and we'll have some more time to look at this as a staff and even talk with the teams. I think we just, probably started pressing and felt like we should be continuing to play some really good golf. I mean, we had 2 freshmen playing in the lineup this week who did terrific.
Yeah.
And, they have some success, and we want more of it. So we kind of probably tried to force it a little bit and maybe got out of a little bit of the game plan. I can think of one particular hole where perhaps we got a little impatient because we felt like we could be aggressive and make a birdie, and it kind of, maybe bit us on that particular hole. But at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is gain experience from these types of competitions and build team chemistry and camaraderie and really feel confident about who we are as a group when we go out and compete in those big tournaments at the end of the season.
I know I don't know if the one young man was very frustrated. I don't know if that was William at the end. I know he got a bogey at the end, but you talked about him being one of those freshmen who, finished tied for 5th. So that's got to be frustrating when you play so well, but maybe you don't end it at the end the way you want to, and your team loses by 1.
Yeah, definitely. And, there's a lot of things that have to happen really well to even be in a position to win a golf tournament, period, regardless of who you're playing against, at least at Arizona. I mean, of course, we could schedule against some opportunities where we could look really good all the time.
Right.
But, for us to be the program that we believe we are and the one we've proven to be, we're going to have to, put ourselves in those types of situations. And we don't have a chance to win if William isn't playing great golf all the way through the entire week. And I think one of the best qualities he has is he's incredibly mature. He's played professional events over in Sweden, as a junior golfer, and he's ready to be there and ready to win. And when he does, we won't be surprised. But sometimes you do benefit from some experiences, and he's a smart guy, and he'll definitely be very prepared for the next opportunity.
Jim Anderson, our guest, head golf coach at the University of Arizona. We had some Eagles out here. Johnny got 2 yesterday. That 10th hole, I think you guys had 3 on number 10 this week.
Yeah, 10 was good to us, but I'm sure we can look on that card. I mean, I'm the coach, so I'm like, well, somebody made a 6 on 10, and somebody made a 6 on 15 this morning.
There's a 6 maybe. One today, but for the most part, it was birdies and eagles.
Yeah, 10 was good. 10 was good. But the guys, they're such a great group to coach, and they really, last week at the Copper Cup, we saw some great team chemistry and saw some great golf too. So I think, getting a chance to be in the moment, playing at home, and playing as well as we did is only going to continue to fire this group up. And I know they're very hungry to prove, not just to the everyone else, but we like being around each other. They love being at the facility and practicing and playing. And as coaches, Matt and I sometimes have to kind of usher them to do other things, but they love the game of golf, and that's a prerequisite to be a part of the program. And we feel really good about the unit that we've assembled right now.
Now, Nate was telling me it kind of ended on 2. Zach got a par. I think the Texas player got a birdie. Walk us through how it ended. Did you have a shot there potentially? Did Zach have a shot to get a birdie there at all? Or
yeah, he did. And to be honest, I'll make a confession here, and you can just get a little insight as to walking. And I made the mistake. In match play, you're always, and we weren't playing match play, but in match play, you're always to assume that your opponent's going to make the next shot. And Zach hit a beautiful drive, and he's playing with Tommy Morrison from Texas, who finished in the top 5 too, and is a top 5 player in the world. He's a phenomenal player, really nice young man too. And Tommy didn't hit his best drive, so he was playing from the left rough. Zach actually pushed it all the way through the fairway into the fairway bunker. Tommy advances it up, and he's in the hard pan right at the green, and I would call it not an easy up and down. I was just no pictures on the radio, I know, but all of that to say, it looked like we were in better shape. And so Tommy's up to play. Zach had hit his bunker shot, just a beautiful 5-iron from 220, just barely over the green, and it was a little bit of a delicate shot, and bad coaching me let him hit it too far past pin high. I really wish I could have probably had him hit 6-iron, but we both checked out, and we liked it. He just striped the 5-iron. It was perfect. But Tommy ends up hitting this just incredibly just perfect nip shot right off this hard pan up to a foot. So he was in with birdie, and now Zach had an eagle chip that he had to play through the little bit of the stickier fringe, which is one of the challenges that's really fun out here at Omni. And it just caught up just enough that it left him about a 4.5 footer. And the greens are great out here; they roll perfect. But there's a little bit of grain at times, and then later in the day, the grain pulls it against what you think it's going to break. And he had a putt that he liked, and I loved it too. And it just didn't turn for him. So either way, it is what it is. And I think the lesson that I can learn and remember to tell the guys in that situation is like, listen, we have to focus on us. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, we can't be playing the opponent. And I don't think Zach made that mistake. I think I made that mistake.
I asked Philip, and I'll ask you just kind of, it is an individual sport and a team dynamic out here. He wins as the individual. The team does not win, a close loss. How do you coach that? I mean, the group obviously should be happy for him, even though there's some frustration that the team didn't get it done. How does that work in team college golf?
Yeah, everybody's super excited for an individual win too. Yeah. And Philip, having done it twice already too, we're even more thrilled that here he is, kind of further etching his name into the history books of our program and really into college golf. So there's a ton of excitement from all of our players for success individually too, and we talk and celebrate those things too. But we don't feel like we lost this week. Of course, we dropped by 1 shot to a 5th-ranked Texas team, but there were 12 other schools here, or, 11 other schools here, and if it was a football season just today, 11-1, something that we're pretty excited about. So a lot of real positives to take away, and I think that the individual success, and then that just continues to foster more healthy competition within the team, because there's not a guy on the team that doesn't tee it up thinking, well, shoot, I'm playing with Philip. He's ranked 7th in the world. I can beat him. And it doesn't happen a lot, but his teammates can get him sometimes too. And Philip knows that, and he embraces that, and he wants to be around great players too, because iron sharpens iron.
I've got some Howard Bison grads in my family, so I'm sure they would have been glad to see their team out here this weekend. How did the Bison come to be able to get in this event and play here this week?
Well, Coach Sam Purrier has been coaching for a long time. He's become a really good friend, and we were lucky enough to get to compete with Howard in Scotland last year. And so we started talking about it, and I said, yeah, we'd love to have you come out. I didn't know you were interested in coming out. So that's a program that I'm really excited to see continue to grow. And Sam, he's done an incredible job with the team, and I told him this week, he said, hey, we just love to have an opportunity to come back. I said, you'll be back. So he's awesome. Too good a coach, and he's got some great kids, and really it's great to get schools from all over the country to get to enjoy some Arizona weather. And we had a chuckle just because they flew in on, I guess it would have been Friday, barely beat that storm that everybody else, you know, here, most of our listeners, I'm sure, don't even know this storm. And we keep reading about it, but we don't really know what it is. And they're leaving tomorrow. And so they're going to miss all of the weather fun that's going across the country right now. So he timed it up perfectly, and we were really happy that they could make it work.
Now you got a month before your next event. So what happens in the next 30 days?
We're
a lot of practicing.
We are, yeah, and you know, some of the things that we've as a team talked about doing is we want to do you know, some measuring some of the things that we think we have control over, can measure some of their distances, finding, you know, distance gaps and things of that nature within each player's individual games. We'll have some testing that we'll like to do with short game and try to make it competitive too. And then we've also designated a couple of days where we're going to play some match play just to get the guys some rounds, because we, you know, don't need to start a qualifier for another week and a half or two. So we might do you know, 3 days of 8-person match play to get the guys some experience that way and stay competitive here at home.
Great match play wins against ASU and UCLA, and then when you do come back, you've got 3 straight weeks of events, so it'll be a grind as you guys get ready for Big 12s.
That's right. And the schedule, we're, you know, super fortunate to get to play some of the top competition wherever we go, and bring in competition too. And then that's a key recipe for our program, is hosting some great events, which help us get into other great events too. So but that said, we'll be busy in March. Getting to host at home at Tucson Country Club is such an honor, and I know these guys are going to be ready and hungry to continue having success at home with that tournament too.
All right, do they let you speak first now at the staff meetings because you're the tenure? You got tenure?
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. I'm not the pump-up guy, but maybe I'll get a chance. I did get a text. I think we will get a speak up next Tuesday. So I'm excited to try to offer some golf perspective and you know, some whispers and claps and things of that nature. But either way, I'm honored and really thrilled to get a chance to be the coach here at this great university.
There you go. Well, Jim, I feel bad I couldn't get you a win this year. You said last year I was your good luck charm, but I guess we're back to square one now. But congratulations on a great week. Great job by, obviously, Philip and this team to compete with one of the best programs in the country, and looking forward to the rest of the season.
Thanks, DK. Appreciate you having me on. Bear down.
Absolutely. Bear down. Jim Anderson, head golf coach here at the University of Arizona. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back. We're going to talk some Arizona women's basketball at the top of the hour. Continue our time out here as the sun sets on Omni Tucson National. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions reported Houghton and Escalante, Grant Road west of Craycroft. Vehicle flipped on its side there. Westbound backups on Grant approaching and passing Craycroft. Also some southbound slowing on Craycroft at Grant. Northbound Cold north of Valencia, stalled vehicle. Backups there as well. And for I-10 westbound I-10 slowing between Keno Parkway and Valencia. And for your weather, 47 the overnight low, 71 mostly cloudy tomorrow, 68 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement. Batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Celebrate Happy Honda Days at AutoNation Honda Tucson. Save up to $7,500 on pilots, leases starting at $399 a month, and enjoy incredible rates on 2025 and 2026 models. Visit us off Wetmore and Automall Drive today.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We're here at a local Tucson tobacco store where evil high tobacco prices have gone up yet again.
Look, up in the sky.
I'm Captain Tobacco, here to fight evil high tobacco prices.
My hero.
Remember, citizens, save up to 40% on your favorite tobacco products at Tobacco Barn.
Look at those muscles.
Stand back while I hang 5 on these evil high prices.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products. You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation. And save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
He did it!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, fighting high tobacco prices everywhere.
Hooray! My hero.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
Tell them Captain Tobacco sent you.
Oh,
another.
What's that song that goes ba-da-da-da-da-da?
You mean la-di-dee-dee-dee-dee?
No, he's talking about bum, 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 bum.
No, that's not it.
All right, guys, we don't have time for this. Furnaces are breaking down, and we promise we'll be there in one day.
That's it.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, we'll arrive in one day or your repair is free.
Oh, that song.
One of my favorites. If you have a problem today, Alaskan AC will get to you within one day.
If we don't, the whole repair is free.
No matter how much.
So good, people are singing about it.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, we'll arrive in one day or your repair is free.
Reminds me of that other song that goes boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom.
I've never heard that.
Well, you're not as cultured as me.
You have about as much culture as a bowl of yogurt.
With Alaskan AC service guarantee, we'll arrive in one day or your repair is free.
AlaskanAC.com.
What if sports were traded like markets? Now you can test your sports IQ in real time with Robinhood Prediction Markets. It's not you against the house, it's you participating in a live market. You can buy or sell your positions all game long. You know the game, put it to use. Trade every play with Robinhood. Download the app today. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The American Red Cross is facing a severe blood shortage, and donors are needed right now to make sure life-saving care isn't delayed for accident victims, surgery patients, and those facing critical treatments for cancer and chronic blood disorders. The Red Cross blood supply has dropped about 35% in recent weeks. There's no time to wait. Make an appointment today to give blood by using the Red Cross Blood Donor app, visiting redcrossblood.org, or calling 1-800-RED-CROSS to schedule your donation. Take action and help save lives.
Ugh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the neighborly done right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed. Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing,
a neighborly company.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Shadur Sanders played in 8 games, threw 10 interceptions and 7 touchdowns, and was just named as a replacement in the Pro Bowl. Just cancel the game at this point if this is what you're going to do. And this is not a knock on Shadur by any means, but on the NFL for trying to add him to market an event that no one cares about. Either cancel the event or stop using it as a metric when talking about player accolades. I'm Adam Abdallah.
What if sports were traded like markets? Now you can test your sports IQ in real time with Robinhood Prediction Markets. It's not you against the house, it's you participating in a live market. You can buy or sell your positions all game long. You know the game, put it to use. Trade every play with Robinhood. Download the app today. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
The new era of UFC on Paramount Plus continues with UFC 325 live from Australia. Catch featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski in a rematch of his epic title fight against Diego Lopez, and the always dangerous Dan Hooker throws down with dynamic finisher Benoit Saint Denis in a high-action lightweight showdown. UFC fans, pay-per-view just got knocked out. Catch UFC 325 on Saturday, January 31st, only on Paramount Plus. Stream every fight live with one subscription. Visit ParamountPlus.com/UFC to get started.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. We're coming to you live from Omni, Tucson National. It was the National Invitation Tournament this week out here. men's golf, college men's golf. Arizona Wildcats finished second to the number 5 ranked Texas Longhorns. Everything's big in Texas. They do pretty much everything well in most of the sports with their gobs of money. The Arizona got the individual title here. Philip Yakubchik was the individual champion at 14 under par. Had a great back 9 with 4 birdies, 6 birdies on the day, and the sun is setting. We got some folks out here dining on the patio at the Legends Bar and Grill here. This is, I mean, again, this is one of, I've not played this side, the Catalina side. I have played, and it looks like we maybe have some people playing now coming up. I have played the Sonoran side, which is the other side of this course. It's a beautiful facility out here at Omni Tucson National. I would love to play this Catalina side and just get a feel for, obviously, where they have a lot of the tournaments here, whether it was back in the day when the Champions Tour was here. Champions Tour obviously has moved on up to La Paloma, where they'll have that tournament up there for the, I think it's the 3rd year now that event has been up at La Paloma. And then you've got, for a number of years, they held the high school state championships here at Omni Tucson National. And there we go. We got some folks out here walking dogs and taking pictures here on the facilities. Great evening to do that. And also, so again, it's been a wide range of events that they've had here, from professional, PGA, Champions Tour, high school, college tournaments here at Omni Tucson National. Just a beautiful, beautiful venue to promote and to host these types of events. 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. All right, short segment because we went long with our golf interviews there. Head coach Jim Anderson and Philip Yakubchik, the winner of this tournament. So when we come back, we're going to talk some Arizona women's basketball, as we'll be joined by Samaya Sugapong, who has had to pick up some of the scoring punch for Becky Burke's squad now that Michaela Purdue is out with a wrist injury. We'll talk to Samaya, a transfer from the University of San Diego, about how her season has changed over the course of the last 3 weeks, where she has become a little bit more of an offensive threat for this squad. And, of course, they've got a big one coming up on Wednesday in Tempe against the Sun Devils. No Forks Week is in full effect. Both the women's and men's basketball teams are taking on the Sun Devils this week. DK on the Sports Tip, coming to you live from the Omni Tucson Nationals. The sun sets on southern Arizona on a beautiful day to hit the golf ball around. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic. Collisions reported at Stone and Roger Road, Wilmot and 5th Street, Escalante and Houghton, Grant Road west of Craycroft. That's a vehicle flipped on its side. There's a lot of backups at Grant and Craycroft, mostly westbound and southbound. And also from earlier northbound, Kolb Road, approaching Irvington for heavy backups there. That was earlier reported as a stalled vehicle. On 47, the overnight low, 71, mostly cloudy tomorrow, and 67 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by the YMCA. Hey, Tucson. At the YMCA, strangers become workout buddies and goals become reality. Because when it comes to wellness, there's truly no place like this place. Join today at ymca.org/nearme.
They say time flies like a sparrow.
And fruit flies like a banana.
We're off to a great start.
If you two don't mind, I'd like to tell our customers about something they won't do in 2026.
I'm not doing a lot of things.
Like changing your socks.
Guys, I'm talking about no payments or interest for a full year on a new system.
Oh, people are going to like that.
You should tell them.
As I was saying, Alaskan AC can install a brand new heating and air system and have no payments or interest. For a year.
365 days.
12 months.
You'll get all the comfort, and you won't write a check for a whole year.
Ha! Ron still writes checks.
He's so old, the first picture of him was an oil painting.
You guys having fun?
I never have fun.
I'm having a little fun.
This is big. With approved credit, get a spanking new furnace and AC system. No payments or interest for a year.
Spanking new?
Ron talks old-timey.
Schedule your appointment today, whenever you want, online at alaskanac.com.
Hey, Eugene, what's with the giant pile of scratcher tickets?
Just my next greatest idea ever.
Playing the lottery?
That's right, Doug. With all my winnings, I can enroll in the UberTube car repair classes and finally fix your car right. No more disasters, Doug. Your luck is about to change.
Well, then keep on scratching, Eugene.
Good luck, Eugene. But if you need a sure thing for your next set of tires or automotive repair, check out Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. With more than 35 Top Shop awards and our Partners Network 3-year nationwide warranty, you can count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care.
And check out this month's special savings.
You'll find an entire page of them online at jackfurriers.com. Savings on tires, oil changes, batteries, wheel alignments, and more.
So call ahead, make an appointment online, or just stop by any of our 14 area locations.
Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus. You. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
As the new year begins, Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing would like to thank you for allowing us to serve Tucson and the surrounding communities for the past 25 years. Whether it is a small water leak or a full air conditioning replacement, we do it all, big or small. For professional service, call Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748.
No answer, second, third time.
Make your appointment online at picturoxcooling.com.
Picturox Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save
TK,
time,
check your
what would I
text,
do
please.
then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Coming to you live here from the Omni Tucson National Resort. It is the National Invitation Tournament this week. Play has wrapped up out here, and the Wildcats finished second to the Texas Longhorns. Philip Yakupchik gets the individual title as he shot 14 14 under to take this tournament by 2 shots. The first of 2 tournaments that the Wildcats will host here in southern Arizona this season. They'll also host the Thunderbird Intercollegiate, which will be on their home course at the Tucson Country Club, and that'll come up in May. We're talking with the head coach of the Wildcats, Jim Anderson. So they won't play again for a month, but when they do play, they have got a gauntlet that kind of begins because they're going to play 3 consecutive weeks once they do get back out onto the course competitively, will the Arizona Wildcats. So they will return to play on March the 1st, and ho-hum, they get to go down to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico for the Cabo Collegiate. That's something, I think they play in that tournament pretty much every year. So that is a nice event down there. That's a 3-day tournament, a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, down at Cabo San Lucas. Then they'll come right back the next week and play up in Daly City, California at the DeSimone Invitational at Lake Merced Golf Club. And then they'll come home the next week and play in their home tournament, the Arizona Thunderbirds Intercollegiate. That'll be a 2-day event over at the Tucson Country Club. And then they'll have a couple of weeks, actually they'll have about 3 weeks off before the Western Intercollegiate, which is out in Santa Cruz, California. The Big 12s will be in late April. This year they are in Kansas, Hutchinson, Kansas at Prairie Dunes Country Club. That'll be a 3-day event at the end of the season. And then if the Wildcats qualify for the regionals, there actually is going to be a regional here in Tucson this year. Wow. I was not aware of that until I just saw that. So one of the NCAA regionals will be at the Gallery this year. So we'll have to, so not only is the Wildcats golf team hosting a regional, the beach volleyball team this year is hosting the Big 12 beach volleyball championships this year. So we've got a number of postseason events that'll be happening this spring in southern Arizona. Should be fun to see all of those take place. I've played the Gallery, but I've never actually been out there and covered a tournament at the Gallery. So that should be kind of fun coming up. That'll be in mid-May, May 18th, 19th, and 20th coming up as we get towards the end of the spring semester here at the University of Arizona. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Arizona basketball off now until Saturday as they'll host the Arizona State Sun Devils on the road in Tempe, meeting number 2, 7-point game in meeting number 1 here in southern Arizona earlier this month. So looking forward to a second time around as the Wildcats will look to sweep that Territorial Cup Series point. So a chance to go 22-0, best start in program history. That should be a fun one up there. That'll be a noon start. Our coverage on Saturday will begin once again this Saturday, like last, at 8:30 in the morning with Meridian Wealth Management Arizona game day. Nothing like setting a record, Dragon Ball, against your rival on the road and to sweep the season series against them.
Well, that would be certainly a very nice thing to go ahead and finish off the month of January with. But let's not forget, this is going to be we had the shortest turnover from one game to the next when it came to the Wildcats going, first of all, beating West Virginia and then going on the road to go ahead and take on BYU in their stadium after just one day off. Neither team really had a whole lot of opportunity to go ahead and get themselves prepared for that contest. Had a very quick walkthrough, I would have assumed, and then had to get ready the next day to play. This is probably going to be, if my memory serves me right, just looking back on the schedule so far this year, this will be the longest lay off in between the next 2 games from Monday to Saturday. So it'll be interesting to see how the Cats prepare for that on the opposite end of that spectrum.
All right, we got some folks from Iowa State. How did your son do at the tournament today? Yeah?
Samai's here, guys.
Third place. All right. There you go. Nice. All right. Well, congratulations. Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your stay here in southern Arizona. All right. Let's turn our attention now to women's college basketball. Their son, in fact, would have been Owen Sawyer. He finished at 11 under par to finish 3 shots behind Philip Yakubic. We'll talk some Arizona women's basketball. Pleased to be joined by Samaya Sugapong, who joins us now on the program. The ladies are getting set for their game against the Arizona State Sun Devils coming up on Wednesday in Tempe. Rivalry game number 1 on the ladies' side. Samaya, we appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us. Your first season here at the University of Arizona after transferring over from the University of California, San Diego. How would you assess how this junior year has gone for you?
Yeah, thanks for having me. But yeah, this year has been a lot of fun. A whole new team, new program, new coaching staff, all of that. So, just getting used to building that chemistry with everybody it's been a challenge, but it's been a fun one. And nothing but great vibes here in Tucson. Being able to play in McHale in front of all the fans has been amazing. And gosh, it's been a great year so far.
So what was went into when you were looking? Obviously, you had a really successful year last year at San Diego, and when you were looking for maybe what your next program was going to be, what stood out to you about Arizona?
I mean, the University of Arizona has been, it's built its reputation on its own, and going into the portal, I knew that I just wanted to play at a higher level. I thought, I was confident in myself to think that I could play at a higher level, at a Power 4 school. So the coaching staff here at the U of A reached out. I took my visit, I saw campus. I'm from San Diego, and aside from the summer, the weather's pretty similar, and it's pretty close to home, so my family could make it out to a couple of them, and it just seemed like a good spot, academically as a school and basketball. And yeah.
Samaya Sugapong is our guest, junior guard for the Arizona women's basketball team. They'll be taking on Arizona State coming up on Wednesday up in Tempe. Okay, so what do you know about the rivalry and the Sun Devils, and how is the team preparing for this first opportunity to go up and play against them?
Man, yeah, we're all excited. We're all fired up about it. Me personally, I've never played in a rival game like this. So I don't know firsthand what it is, but Coach Julie on our coaching staff has told us about a little bit more about what it means to just the community as a whole. And we're excited to get out there and hopefully bring back a win back to Tucson.
How would you describe, Samaya, how your role has kind of changed in the last 5 games since the injury to Michaela Purdue? I mean, you had a stretch of games there where Utah, Colorado, and Texas Tech, where you only scored 2 points in those games. And now, since the injury to Michaela, you've had to kind of become a little bit more of an offensive threat. Games against BYU, Central Florida, TCU, Kansas, and Iowa State scoring 18, 10, 17, 17, and 13. How would you describe how you've had to change your game now to be more of an offensive threat for this team?
Yeah, coming from my last school, I was sort of like the primary scorer on my team, and I knew coming into this new program I would have to figure out my role, and I think that was a lot of sort of my non-conference, and then beginning of conference was just still figuring out my role, what my teammates needed, what my coaches needed from me. And so when Mickey got hurt, I knew I had to step up in the scoring area, and I just try to do whatever my coaches and teammates need from me. Yeah.
Has that been easy to kind of to turn it on now offensively so far into the season?
Yeah, I think I'm going out there and just playing more free and thinking less, and I think that's when I play my best, is when I'm just out there having fun, not thinking too much. And I know my coaches and my teammates have confidence in me to go out there and take the shots we work on every day. So, yeah.
Samaya Sugapong is our guest, junior guard for the University of Arizona. Ladies will be taking on the Arizona State Sun Devils. It's been a tough stretch, obviously, since the beginning of conference play. Just one win in the first 8 games. You guys went through that stretch where you played all your non-conference games at home. So what was it like the first time you guys got on a plane together when you went to Colorado?
It was definitely an experience. yeah, the whole non-conference being home was definitely I think we were definitely spoiled a little bit, and it was a challenge going out there to Colorado. The whole elevation, it was a little harder to breathe out there, but and then without the McHale fans to sort of bring us some juice when we're down. So there's definitely a lot of focus on making sure we have energy within ourselves from the start, and yeah, that's what we're looking to do out here too.
Now, do you have the same roommate on the road, or do you have a different roommate on these road trips?
They tend to mix them up, get everybody talking to each other, getting to know each other. But yeah.
Okay, so who's your favorite person so far to room with that you've roomed with on the road?
My favorite so far, I would say Nora. Nora's been a pretty good roommate.
Okay, Nora
and
Francois.
They've actually put us together a couple times. So.
Why Nora Francois? What's Nora? Is Nora talkative? Like, does she keep you up at night talking? Why do you like hanging out with her? Or does she go to sleep early so you can go to sleep early?
I like rooming with her because we sort of do our own thing. We're both on our phones talking to someone else back home, whatever. It's cool, but then we have a little conversations with each other as well. So yeah, we kind of sort of just do our own thing, and yeah, it's nice, chill.
So what have you enjoyed most just about playing under Becky Burke so far in this time that you've been here in your junior season?
I just think she really challenges us too, and she holds us to like a very high standard. And me personally, like I like feeling challenged, and you can just really feel like the passion that she coaches with, and it's contagious, and makes you want to go out there and play hard. So it's been fun playing for her.
Samaya Sugapong is our guest, Arizona women's basketball. So I know you guys have that. I think it's called the dog of the game. Have you been the dog of the game yet?
I have not, but it is a fun award to celebrate somebody after the game. We do those after wins, so it's been hard to come by recently, but it's definitely a fun award.
You guys went on the road and obviously played at Iowa State against Jada Williams. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you played against and with Jada in the past, correct?
Yeah, I have.
So now, was that back in high school you guys played together?
Yeah, we played 2 years together in high school. Me, Jada, and also Brea. She was here at the U of A last year as well. So yeah, and then when I was at my last school, freshman and sophomore year, we played against each other. So it's been good seeing her throughout the years, and keeping up with them. Yeah.
So what was that like last Saturday? Because really, Montea is the only one that was actually a teammate with her. So was there any energy in that part of it at all, or was it just like, yeah, we know her, she's on the other team, but there wasn't like, because most of the team never really played with her?
Yeah, for me, it's definitely like, I want to go at her. She wants to go at, her old school, old teammates, all that. But it's always just fun seeing each other, and, being able to play against each other at this level, I think it's really awesome to see.
There you go. Samaya Sugapong is our guest. You're from San Diego, obviously, grew up there. Tell me about your favorite thing. I was just there for when U of A football played in the bowl game.
Okay.
It rained. I guess the old song that it never rains in Southern California has been greatly exaggerated because it rained every single day we were there for 3 straight days. But what do you love most about your hometown, San Diego?
Yeah, the weather is definitely a plus. I definitely took it for granted, living there, growing up there. But just most of my family is in San Diego. My cousins, grandparents, we all live, 10 to 20 minutes away from each other. And so just big family gatherings growing up, and having my cousins down the street to hang out whenever was probably my favorite thing growing up. Yeah.
Have you ever eaten at Tom Ham's Lighthouse?
I have. wow, that's a that's like a memory unlocked. We went there one time for my grandpa's birthday.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that was a fun one.
Yeah, that was one of the places I ate. I got recommended, and it was one heck of a meal for sure. Although it was raining, so
Nice.
they had the outside deck closed, so we had to sit inside. But it was still
Man, yeah.
it was a great view at dusk as the lights are coming up on the city.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
There you go. So next time I go to San Diego, give me one other place I need to go eat.
Do you like Asian food at all?
I love Asian food.
Okay, well, there's this place. It's called Convoy Street, and there's any Asian food you could ever imagine. They have it there. So next time we go to San Diego, check out Convoy Street.
So Convoy Street, that's like a block, and then there's restaurants all on that block.
Yeah, I mean it goes a couple blocks.
Okay.
So you have a wide selection.
Awesome. Do you cook?
Not the biggest cook, no. I wish I was.
Well, maybe you'll get into that as your life goes on. What are you studying at the University of Arizona?
Yeah. Business. I'm actually in the process of applying for the business school at the U of A, so that'll be exciting.
Now, do you graduate this year, and then you have how many more years to play?
Well, no, I graduate next year.
Okay, next year.
But yeah, you have to apply to get into the business school. So,
Okay.
yeah.
What do you want to do with a business degree potentially? That's Eller, correct? Eller is the business school, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what will you do if you get an Eller degree?
I'm not completely sure. I just figured you could do a lot with it, but somehow I would like to stay around the sport, stay around the game as much as I can. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
There you go. Well, Samaya, go get those Sun Devils. We have this thing. In
Right.
fact, I don't know if you probably weren't here last year. Your soccer sisters on the soccer team started it. So if you're having dinner tonight, you can't use a fork.
Okay.
Yeah, no forks. You can use a spoon or a knife, but you can't this whole week. Now tomorrow after the game's over, you can start eating with a fork again, but no forks for the next 24 hours, okay?
Okay, got it. Noted.
There you go. All right. Samaya,
I'll
best
make
of
sure
luck.
to pass the message at dinner.
There you go. Samaya, best of luck tomorrow night.
Thank you so much.
All right, Samaya Sugapong, Arizona junior guard, starting to find her scoring punch on this team, averaging 8 points a game on the season, but she has really gone into double digits the last 5 games, as we mentioned. Let's see, it's 28, 45, 62, 75 points she has scored in the last 5 games. So if my U-High math is correct, that's 15 points a game she is scoring in the last 5 games for Arizona.
Well, with all the changes to the lineup and due to the injuries and things like that, I mean, that they've really had to go ahead and look for a lot of scoring. And she mentioned it earlier in her conversation with you, DK, that everybody's still trying to find their niche, find that spot that they need on the roster. And I almost want to say it's comparable to when you play a pickup game with a bunch of strangers at the rec. No one really knows what everybody else is good at until you start really playing a couple games together. And that's been the case for this Wildcats women's team since the season started. So you add injuries to that, it only makes it even more complex that those decisions and those roles suddenly have to change again in the middle of the season. So it's good to see that a couple of these games are starting to show a little bit more about what all these players are capable of, and it's only going to get more exciting for them as they continue because they got to get this win against the rival. That's going to be the main focus for them this upcoming week.
We'll see. DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We're coming to you live from Omni Tucson Nationals. The sun goes down. Is there anything better than a great sunset on a golf course with some water and all kinds of great green grass and these mountains? This is one of my. Actually, I love the sunset from this side as it shines back on the Push Ridge Mountains. It's one of the best parts of town to see the sun go down if you're looking in the opposite direction back east. All right, we'll come back. We'll have some more, a couple segments left to go. It is DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions reported Craycroft and 5th Street slowing there southbound, northbound, and westbound. Crash at Wilmot and 5th, southbound slowing on Wilmot at 5th. Stone and Roger Road, Grant Road west of Craycroft, earlier vehicle flipped on its side. And backups for northbound Kolb Road approaching Irvington. 47 the overnight low, 71 mostly cloudy tomorrow, and 67 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Audible. It's time to take care of you. Who better to help you than the top voices in well-being on Audible? Kickstart your well-being journey with your first audiobook free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com/wellbeing.
Discover luxury at BMW of Tucson, your premier BMW dealership. Explore our extensive inventory, lease specials, and state-of-the-art service. Visit us at the Tucson Auto Mall or at bmwoftucson.com today.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man. Hey, can I get a light here, man? I know we live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like as cool as your air conditioner. But I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC, bro. Hey, anybody smell that, man? I swear it wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, Eugene, what's with the giant pile of scratcher tickets?
Just my next greatest idea ever.
Playing the lottery?
That's right, Doug. With all my winnings, I could enroll in the UberTube car repair classes and finally fix your car right. No more disasters, Doug. Your luck is about to change.
Well, then keep on scratching, Eugene.
Good luck, Eugene. But if you need a sure thing for your next set of tires or automotive repair, check out Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. With more than 35 Top Shop awards and our Partners Network 3-year nationwide warranty, you can count on Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care.
And check out this month's special savings.
You'll find an entire page of them online at jackfurriers.com. Savings on tires, oil changes, batteries, wheel alignments, and more.
So call ahead, make an appointment online, or just stop by any of our 14 area locations.
Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No. They use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope. Only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
They say time flies like a sparrow.
And fruit flies like a banana.
We're off to a great start.
If you two don't mind, I'd like to tell our customers about something they won't do in 2026.
I'm not doing a lot of things.
Like changing your socks.
Guys, I'm talking about no payments or interest for a full year on a new system.
Oh, people are going to like that.
You should tell them.
As I was saying, Alaskan AC can install a brand new heating and air system and have no payments or interest. For a year.
365 days.
12 months.
You'll get all the comfort, and you won't write a check for a whole year.
Ha! Ron still writes checks.
He's so old, the first picture of him was an oil painting.
You guys having fun?
I never have fun.
I'm having a little fun.
This is big. With approved credit, get a spanking new furnace and AC system. No payments or interest for a year.
Spanking new?
Ron talks old-timey.
Schedule your appointment today, whenever you want, online at alaskanac.com.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. The 5th-ranked Vanderbilt women's basketball team burst out of the gates this season with a program record 20-0 start, but that perfect mark is officially gone. The Commodores hit the road and ran straight into a buzzsaw, getting routed by then second-ranked South Carolina 103-74. Just 2 Vandy players cracked double figures on Sunday, and 20 turnovers doomed them from the jump. Head coach Shea Ralph has her program trending way up, but the SEC is loaded, with 5 teams currently sitting in the AP top 10.
This is why you want to play games like this, on the road in an incredible environment. The most important part to me is how we respond from it, and that's what we're going to focus on.
Ralph and 5th-ranked Vanderbilt will try to bounce back Thursday night when they head to Oxford to take on 17th-ranked Ole Miss. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Maggie Gray on Westwood One.
COVID-19 has cast a spotlight on the stark inequalities that drive poverty. The poorest communities in the U.S. and around the world are suffering the most. Oxfam believes we can put systems in place to protect health and livelihoods in the future if we work together with dignity and compassion. Learn how you can help offer safety.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do, with press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
It is over. Cats have won it.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Dragon Ball DK out here at Omni Tucson National. JW Madden with us as well, back in studio. Tomorrow we'll be at Showtime Cards, Wild Card Wednesday. Looking forward to, I think we're going to be talking a lot of Super Bowl cards tomorrow out at the Wild Card Wednesday at Showtime Cards. So that should be a whole lot of fun. And next Tuesday we'll be down back on campus once again for the celebration of Arizona's national champion triathlon team. You out there hitting the ball, little fella? You hitting the ball today? You hitting them straight? He's like, I'm not playing golf today. I'm just riding on the... He's like me. I used to like to ride on the cart with my dad and my grandfather when they would go out and play golf. All right, let's... Time now for our Westwood One top plays, our Westwood One Sports top plays. So we had a bunch of plays from the championship weekend, and we were flipping everything that they told us to do. The reality is that they were half right and half wrong, so we were half right and half wrong on this. We had 6 plays from between the NFC and the AFC championship games. So we'll go through them here, and then we'll give you – we actually, now that football's over, they can't just focus on the weekend. So we actually have a play tonight from the NBA. We'll get into that as well. So the Seahawks minus 2.5. So they told us to take the Rams and the points over the Seahawks. We flipped that. We took the Seahawks minus 2.5 over the Rams at minus 110. So we came in with that bet. Seattle won that game 31-27, so we won that one. A.J. Barner, the tight end for the Seattle Seahawks, we went with under 27.5 yards receiving, which was actually kind of the favorite bet there because that was a minus 115. A.J. Barner had 2 catches for 13 yards, so he was not the benefactor of that great day by Sam Darnold. How about Sam Darnold being the first quarterback out of that famed 18 draft class to get to the Super Bowl.
First quarterback from the 18 draft class to get to the Super Bowl. First USC quarterback to ever start in a Super Bowl. I mean, that's probably the more amazing statistic as it is. But, I mean, you're the USC grad here, BK, so you know that it's more so it's tailback you rather than quarterback.
You mean Rodney Peete never started in the Super Bowl? Oh, man. Carson Palmer never got to the Super Bowl?
He got close.
He got close, yeah. So we had that. And then we had Kenny Walker, under 84.5 yards rushing. He finished with 16 carries for 62 yards, so we won on that one. So we actually won on all – how about this? We won on all three of our bets from the NFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
We lost on all three of our bets from the AFC Championship game. They said go with the under. If I'd known it was going to snow like it snowed, I probably would have gone with the under.
I told you
told
for
me,
like
yeah,
3 days prior. It was 90
did.
straight hours of freezing temps in Denver.
I don't know. I probably should have just gone with the under on that, but I got smart, tried to get smart, and went with the over 42.5. That game came in at 17.
That may have been the most
That was probably
bet.
the easiest bet on the weekend.
Well,
right?
I'm just thinking in regards to what the actual line was. What was it? 42 and a half. That was the most under bet probably of the football season this year, from 42 and a half to only 17 total points scored.
Exactly.
Which if Sean Payton just would kick the field goal, we'd at least have 20. But that's another discussion.
Jarrett Stidham started at quarterback for the Denver Broncos. The play was under 15.5 yards rushing. He carried 4 times for 23 yards, which I guess makes sense in that weather that he might have ran. I mean, it was only 4 times, but
and most of it was because he was running for his life.
Exactly. But he did get enough to cover that one for the house, so we lost on that one. And then we took the Patriots minus the 5. I felt good that they would win the game. They just didn't get to that number with 10-7. So we lost on all 3 of our Patriots bets, Patriots-Broncos bets, and we won on all 3 of our Seahawks-Rams bets. So we broke even. Well, we lost money because if you break even wins and losses, you're losing money because you're never winning as much as you lose.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our weekend. So now we've got an NBA play for you tonight. Let's get to what the folks at Westwood won.
It's not that. I just texted you. It's NCAA basketball. Duke wins the title. That's what this is.
All right, well, let's hear what we've got.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, helping you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. This year's college basketball season truly open as far as the champion is concerned. You can make the case for an upwards of 12 schools. Arizona and Michigan are the 2 favorites right now. I would take a look at Duke right now at 10-1. I love Duke's coach. I love Duke's star player. Duke would be my choice at the moment. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
All right, so Nick Costos from You Better You Bet going with Duke to win the NCAA championship. That's not going to make folks here in Southern Arizona very happy. What do you think about that play there, guys?
It's very, very early to be making any kind of debate about who's going to be winning an NCAA tournament in March. After all, we're not even in February yet. But, again, it's not – you never go ahead and see – how rare is it that we get not all number 1 seeds making it to the Final Four? It's bound to have a couple of 3s, maybe a 4 or something like that in the field. So, Duke, if you're going to have it, I don't think Duke probably gets a 1 seed this year, but they're probably going to be a team that people are going to have to look at and say – they're going to be a competitor in the ACC at the very least in regards to that conference representation.
That's not what he said. What he said was it's 10-1 now, and he likes Duke long term. So he's saying take the 10-1 now because that's a really good number for the long term odds that Duke maybe puts it together by the end of the year.
All right, so 10-1 now. Let's pull it up here and see what we've got. So Duke is 10-1. Arizona right now is actually the favorite at the BetMGM at plus 375.
That's what I mean, is that if you're trying to find a team that maybe has a chance to cut the nets down in March but isn't a favorite to do it now and you want to make money, that's what he said. 10-1 on Duke. But I think a lot of people, agree. I mean, Dragon Ball's 100% correct. It takes a lot of luck to win in March. So it's really way, way, way too early. We don't even know what the rosters are going to look like. But relative to a long-term 2-month bet out, I think, it's safe to look at any of those top 5 teams that have a little bit longer odds.
Yeah, not only that, but again, we have a lot of the situations where a lot of star freshmen are currently going through a couple, wonder where they're going and how they're going to be consistent down the stretch. AJ DeBonsa, we just saw against BYU, had a really good game against Utah, and then you would argue probably statistic-wise, about shooting percentage-wise, he didn't have a great game against Arizona. And then you still have a lot of questions about the other big freshmen that are in this year's class. Eventually, you're going to find those names that are going to be the ones to watch in March. Here. So something else to watch out as well.
All right, it is DK on the Sports Tip. We're coming to you live from Omni, Tucson National. The National Invitation Tournament has wrapped up men's golf. Arizona falls to Texas by 1, but Philip Yakupchik is your individual winner at 14 under. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda.
Yeah, so we'll have like
Tucson
3 minutes
Traffic Center,
to come
Wildcats
back to.
Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions reported Valencia west of 6th Avenue, westbound slowing. Cortero at I-10. Craycroft and 5th Street, southbound, northbound, and westbound backups.
We'll come back.
Valencia
I'll talk for
at
3 minutes.
I-10.
And then
Stone and Roger
I
Road,
texted you.
Wilmot.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do, with press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
It is over. Cats have won it.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Find mom's best gift at Target. Now through Mother's Day, get up to 40% off gifts for her. Discover trendy apparel and swimwear that'll elevate any wardrobe. Jewelry that'll make her smile shine brighter, and even chocolate that'll turn any moment into something sweeter. There are endless options to choose from to show her she's the best. Hurry! Save 20 to 40% on select apparel, jewelry, chocolates, and more this Mother's Day only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Once upon a time, our family had trouble with pests around our home. Did you know that stinging insects send tons of people to the hospital? And teeny ticks and mosquitoes can be all around the yard. Their bites can make people and their pets sick. Mice, rats, and roaches need food and water just like us. You do not want them to visit. They can spread disease and make it hard to breathe. I'm sure glad this story has a happy ending.
Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
It's DK on the Sports Tip. Did you hear what we were talking about?
Doing a lot of around the house work. New tub. We had to break up the concrete, reset the pipe.
You're going to start your own show?
Not a chance. I'm not a big HGTV guy.
How much of that work are you doing yourself?
The stripping was kind of my job. I ended up taking
stripping?
I took out the linoleum. I stripped out the linoleum.
Am I not paying you enough money that you got to strip for a living? DK on the Sports Tip, Monday through Fridays at 3, right here on Wildcats Radio, 1290.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling Grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming one more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 5/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store single line activation on qualifying plan. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com/terms. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
Do you disregard people's personal space? Sitting next to people in public, even if there are tons of open seats? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Mattress Firm's 72-hour sale is happening now. Save up to 72% off on top brands, with queens starting at $149.99. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or mattressfirm.com for details.
When I found out my son was smoking weed, I thought it was just part of adolescence.
But then I found out how powerful weed is now.
When teens use vapes or dabs, the potency can be 80 to 100% THC.
Use of high THC products by youth can cause hallucinations, cannabis-induced psychosis,
and come with increased risks of suicidal thoughts,
planning, and attempts.
Just Say No, KNOW. Go to justsayno.org today for the facts.
A public service message from Johnny's Ambassadors.
We bring you all the news and stories of your Arizona Wildcats. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Wildcats Radio 1290 for the latest highlights and commentary. Your home for U of A athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290.
More than 6 million kids in the U.S. have ADHD, and many aren't getting the support they need. At understood.org, we can help. Sometimes in class, the only thing your child can focus on are the thoughts racing through their head.
Why am I always falling behind? Why do I feel so alone? So different.
Your child is looking to you for answers. But as a parent, you probably have a lot of questions too. What should I do next? Where do I even start? At understood.org, we provide parents with the resources they need to help kids with ADHD thrive. Your child wants to thrive. Be the reason they do. Visit understood.org/the reason to get started.
Alexander Volkanovski in a rematch of his epic title fight against Diego Lopez. And the always dangerous Dan Hooker throws down with dynamic finisher Benoit Saint Denis in a high-action lightweight showdown. UFC fans, pay-per-view just got knocked out. Catch UFC 325 on Saturday, January 31st, only on Paramount Plus. Stream every fight live with one subscription. Visit ParamountPlus.com/UFC to get started.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. I've been very bad at telling you we've got a couple things. Well, first of all, I'll tell you this. We've got tomorrow, we're going to be at Showtime Cards between 3 and 6 for our Wild Card Wednesdays. Showtime Cards are going to have live box breaks right in the store. You never know what pulls might pop up. Whether you're into baseball, football, basketball, soccer, we've drawn MMA, comics. We got into Pokemon last time there. Star Wars. I don't think we pulled any Star Wars. We might have to do that at some point. Or anything else. Showtime Cards has something for every collector. So we'll be there tomorrow, 3 to 6. Showtime Cards, Wild Card Wednesday, located on Speedway just east of Craycroft. So join us for that show tomorrow. Also, as I'm paying all these bills that I did not pay earlier, we've got a sweet deal for you coming up this Friday. We got a sweet deal. We actually had this one a few weeks ago, but we're going to give it to you again. Cochise Country Music Festival coming up March 20th through the 22nd at the Forever Ranch down in Benson. You can get a 3-day VIP pass. This is a VIP pass, 3-day VIP pass for $289.50. Normally that is $579 to get that 3-day VIP pass. VIP includes VIP tented lounge on the left side of the stage. It's the best view you're going to find in the house. There's a buffet dinner there each evening, complimentary drinks. I mean, heck, just the complimentary drinks alone is good for that price right there. Snacks, you get private restrooms. This sweet deal goes on sale Friday, 8:30 a.m. over at WildcatsRadio1290.com. Cochise Country Music Festival this year, March 20th through the 22nd. Tracy Bird's going to be there. Mark Chestnut, Rodney Atkins, Chris Cagle, Little Texas, Kelsey Hart, Emily Ann Roberts, and many more. Kids 10 and under can get in free. You know Little Texas, don't you there, Dragon Ball?
Oh, yeah.
30 seconds.
There you go. Little Texas right there. So that goes on Friday, 8:30 a.m. at WildcatsRadio1290.com. All right, time now for your Casino del Sol replay.
Say goodbye first.
We will have Filip Jakubic, who won the tournament out here today with a score of 14 under. We're going to end the show with Philip, so we will talk to you tomorrow from Showtime Cards for Dragon Ball, for cricket, and for J-Dub. I'm David Kelly. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.
The Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
Coming to you live from Omni Tucson National. The National Invitation Tournament has wrapped up play here. Beautiful 2 days in southern Arizona. And the winner is Philip Yakupchik of your Arizona Wildcats. He joins us now. And first of all, Philip, congratulations. I believe this is your second tournament victory in college. You won last year at the Thunderbirds Intercollegiate. Am I correct on that?
No, I won two totally different events, but
So
I won two past tiempo events and now this one.
Okay, so this is your third victory in college. Okay, so I was one short on that. Walk me through these last 2 days. Obviously, you guys got off to a little bit of a delayed start yesterday with the frost in the morning, but how did you feel just kind of from the get-go yesterday?
I mean, playing with your teammate is always fun, and especially playing with a good team like Texas. To be fair, I really enjoyed both days, and it was a grind. It was really tough at times, but ended up great.
What was tough out here for you guys and for you personally over these 2 days?
To be honest, I was kind of struggling on the greens. I thought I wasn't quite getting them throughout the week, but ended up working out just fine.
So when you're struggling like that, how do you try to find it down the stretch to kind of improve things?
To be honest, just trying to stay patient because there's nothing else you can really do.
What do you like about this course? You've played it before. You guys have had a number of tournaments out here at Omni Tucson National here on the Catalina course. What do you like about this particular course?
In my opinion, it's very old school. There used to be some PGA Tour events. Now there's Senior Tour. And I think the course is great. It might just be a little outdated. Even though it looks great, I feel like it could be a little bit longer for nowadays. People are hitting it super far. So I think that's the reason why. Making it a little bit longer, placing bunkers in more better strategically better spots, that would be make the course definitely way more challenging.
What was your best hole out here this week or yesterday? What was your best hole, you think?
I would say hole 11.
Okay.
I've done pretty well, even though it's a difficult hole.
Is that a par? What par was that? 4 or 5? What par was that hole?
It was par 4.
Par 4. Why was it? What made it difficult, and how did you attack it?
It's just a difficult tee shot, and the pin location's usually quite challenging. But I just ended up hitting it the right spot and making a 10-foot putt for birdie.
This is obviously, golf is an individual game, but you play out here in a team concept. A difficult loss for the team down the stretch. You guys were behind for a large part of the day. You come back, you take a late lead, and then Texas is able to come back and snatch it at the end. So individually, how do you feel? You won individually, but your team didn't win. How do you process those two elements?
Well, you always look at the, as you said, it is an individual event, but it's also a team event. But part of me is super happy I was able to finish the job. But second part was I've made some pars, down bogeys as well. So I kind of blame myself too for not getting the team win.
It was interesting. We had a gentleman just called in on the show, and he was talking about that. He said he played golf at Wright State. He said that each guy will go back and say, where could I have gotten one more shot or another shot for the team? Give me like maybe one or two specifics from today where you thought, I could have made that par, I could have made that birdie there to maybe make up those two shots and get us that victory.
For me, my start was not ideal. My first 7 to 8 holes were just, it was very cold. I made a bunch of pars, 2 bogeys. Definitely there was a bunch of shots I could have saved for the team and for myself.
Senior year, obviously for you, last go around. What are some of the goals you've set for yourself as you go into this final go around as a Wildcat?
I don't usually set goals personally, but to be fair, I'm just trying to do the best I can, prepare as much as I can for ongoing career.
Tell me about some of these guys. You got some guys, William Weistrand, I think is a new player we don't know a lot about. He had a pretty good week out here, finishing, I believe, tied for fourth. Tell me a little bit about William and what he brings to the team.
I mean, he's great. He's, as you mentioned, freshman from Europe. Definitely brings in a different kind of chemistry. But I think he's awesome, playing some great golf. We'll definitely need him.
Obviously, you mentioned freshman from Europe. You're from Europe, Czech Republic. Do you find yourself having to take some of those younger guys from Europe under your wing and kind of show them the lay of the land, how it works here in the United States, how to be prepared every day to play for Coach Anderson?
Honestly, I think they're all great. I mean, I'm there if they need any help, but I don't think they do. They're doing just fine.
How about Tiani? He had a nice eagle, I heard, yesterday.
Yeah, he had a great chip in off the green. Yeah, I mean, they're all great. I mean, I'm not even sure how to help him myself.
But I'm sure you've given advice. Like, what piece of advice is maybe the one piece of advice you give to younger players?
Two things. I would say definitely stay patient.
Mm-hmm.
That's super important. And secondly, just work hard. I mean, time is running out fast. Speaking for myself, I mean, I've been freshman just now, feels like. And yeah, now I'm about to be done in 3 months.
Yeah, with going through this for the last time, do you just, I mean, how do you soak it all in? Are you just, I mean, you go out there, you take a shot, and you're just like, man, do you just try to soak in every shot when you're out there now?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm just excited to finish off strong, hopefully, and get as many individual and team successes as we can.
Will you play, do you hope to play professionally here in the United States? Will you go back to Europe? What's your post-U of A plan, or do you know at this point?
Ideally stay in the U.S., but obviously I do not know what future holds for me, so as long as I can be a professional golfer, that'll be great.
There you go. What have you enjoyed most about being a Wildcat?
The weather. I mean, look at everywhere else in the U.S., and here it's great.
Absolutely. You cannot beat a 65-degree January day here in Tucson, Arizona. Philip, we appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us. Congratulations on the individual win, your third here in college, where we look forward to maybe getting a couple of more before it's all said and done.
Hopefully, yeah. Thank you.
There you go. Philip Jakubicik is our guest. He won the tournament here this weekend, and he did so with a round of 14 under par.
Today's Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
From
All right,
the
thanks, bro.
AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic.